Yeah, I woke up this morning, went to make coffee, and then Krista started yelling, "Oh my God, it's minting! It's minting!"
I know. Apparently, I went too early. As late as I went, I must have still went too early.
No, you did fine.
I was falling asleep at the computer the last 2 days trying to finish this thing up, man. Let me see. Hang on, I'm doing some tech support in the background with my sister. You gotta go into here. Yeah, man. What did you think about the art though? I know we've talked a little bit about it, but you guys down with the crazy springs for Spring Bash?
I like it.
Yeah, I love it.
I can go to X.
That's Xfinity.
No, that's Twitter.
No, that was my Xfinity
I
cable.
promise you that's Twitter. Twitter X right there, not your Xfinity.
Oh, Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer's still tech savvy. Well, not the word. No, tech illiterate.
You won't let me in the room.
Twitter X. There you go. I'll just go find it. There you are. There we go. Okay, we got her in. The other space that rugged, she was still stuck in that one somehow, so we had to get her out. Had to save her.
Oh, shoot.
What's up, Jake? I see Jake. He's working on some claims, but he's joining us. Look, who minted? Somebody just minted. Jake, you got some coming from the full deck collection. Don't forget to claim those in your ticket, brother. I think you got like 5 of them coming. Oh, I see you just minted that. Look at Jake. Comes up, mints 1, gets a last chance tournament entry right off the bat. Boom.
What?
And then, okay, so have you guys looked at those? Has anybody looked at those prize payouts yet?
I have them up on the feed right now.
Okay, awesome. Because yeah, you'll notice there are a couple tournaments that have 6-player tables, just because it's the math, you guys. And then the majority of the tournaments are going to have 9-player tables still, with payouts all the way through to 9th place. So that was by popular demand. We did that, but we also, you'll notice there are no holiday tournaments. There are actually no holidays in the months except for Memorial Day. So we'll pull up something for Memorial Day off schedule when that comes, but there are no
There's
holiday.
Day, there's Father's Day.
No, there's no holidays.
It's a holiday.
So-
Mother or father every day.
Yeah, so we added the bingo because of that. We added the prize on, and I'm not going to tell you too much to throw it off, although the few of you that did the test run will understand the hunt, but the hunt's going to come with its own channel and its own little description, rules, and all that, so you guys will get it. But essentially, it's just what it sounds like. Every month, at the beginning of the month, for all 3 months, we're going to find 10 hunters. And I believe Lord Galaban might be working on our first list because we're going to try to find our 10 best players. It's subjective, of course, because I would say I'm one of them. Misha's going to say he's one of them. Disco probably say he's one of them. Jake probably would never think he's one of them. But, you know, it goes on like that. And I'm just kidding, Jake, by the way. But, yeah, so we're going to find 10 hunters, right? And then you guys will be all being hunted. So essentially, it's kind of like you get prizes when you get through the hunters. So if you're able to get through all of them, you will be able to get, you know, bigger prizes. So again, I'll have rules and channels for this, but the hunters can also play. But the only difference is the hunters can only target each other. I'm not putting holiday tournaments in. The budget's spent.
There is a holiday.
My sister keeps trying to add holiday tournaments, man. So no holiday tournaments for this bash, you guys. But yeah, so the hunters can also hunt each other, but that's the goal, right? You'll have 1 month to knock out the 9 other hunters in all the tournaments. Now, this isn't going to be like the bingo where it was exclusive to only the weekly games. These are all the scheduled tournaments. So if you knock them out in a Thursday throwdown or a Tuesday takedown or a Friday night fights or a Monday night manic Monday, whatever the hell we've called that, any of those things that you knock them out in, you're going to get that credit. So it's a month-long hunt. Each month we'll start over with 10 hunters. And again, I'll give you more details later, but that'll give you the gist of it, right? Any questions on that? Any curiosities on that?
So, no, I got a question because I'm just getting up. Where can I find like the list of tournaments and all of that inside of the Discord?
Well, okay, so right now that's what I'm actually talking about. That's the announcement that I put out, and that your question is the exact reason why I listed all the announcements with the prize pool for each and so forth, is because until we get through this last
Damn,
month, or
Twitter
as we
tripping. I
get
can't hear
through.
nothing.
Oh, can Disco, somebody repeat what I'm saying to Misha?
Yeah, basically, if you go in Discord, go to announcements, you should be able to see all that info, Misha.
Yeah, and then let them know. I'll get the channels built out as we go through this last month. But, you know, the conversion is as we're finishing one bash month, I'm putting all the channels and all the information in the background for you guys for the upcoming bash while we're minting, if you can let him know.
Yeah, well, he's
Oh,
he
rugged
rugged
out?
himself.
Oh, he rugged
Yeah.
himself. Oh. All right. But yeah, you guys, that's the gist of it. So like, yeah, I didn't want everybody to ask for the next 2 weeks while I'm making all these channels and everything, you know, what's the price for this? What's the price for that? You know, and you know, we're always full transparency on the funds and everything. So all that's there for you guys. You can literally go see, for instance, there's 24 weekly tournaments. They're $220 each tournament, totaling $5,280 payout. In that tournament structure, there'll be 72 last chance entries that are won. You know, so it's literally the breakdown of it in generic format. So now I will have the channels and everything like we always do, and all that information will be there with a graphic. But while we're minting, if you're curious, you know, hey, should I mint more? Is it worth it? What's this tournament pay? What's that tournament pay? That one announcement is so big because it has all that information for you guys in generic form, right? So you can literally see the entire structure of the bash in that announcement from this morning. I don't know if Misha heard me or not. I hope so. Misha, give me a thumbs up if you heard me, brother. Disco, ask him if he can hear me, and then he'll give me a thumbs down or up.
Is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's back to listening. Yeah, and we tagged him in Gen Chat too, Aaron.
Okay.
So
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, I see it now. Perfect. Perfect.
yep, there's your thumbs up. I saw.
Can everybody else hear me? Y'all throw some emojis if in general everybody can hear me.
Hear you just fine and broadcasting just fine. We're up to 114 votes.
Oh, we're actually broadcasting live on this too. That's awesome.
Yep, we have it on the YouTube channel, broadcasting live. Everything's
Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
everything's working great.
That's good because then we don't have to bother recording here. We can just store them there. I love it.
I got you back.
Makes it easier. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, are you going to be able to do that? Do you want to go that route, or do you want me to spin a wheel to get our 10 hunters, or do you want to give me, you know, your perceived 10 best based on your leaderboard?
Numbers I'm actually getting over even more numbers. People locked in right now. That is wins in the high rollers and the leaderboard so far. In match. Those three are definitely locked in. And look how few in the top 10. But you know,
Turn your volume up. Let me see if it's just me rugging. All right, I'm going to try to leave and come back, I guess, because all I'm hearing is robots. And if y'all can hear me, Disco, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. No, Galaban was rugging, I think.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you're rugging completely bad, so I didn't know if it was me or not. There's nothing in there, I don't think. Jake's giving me the thumbs down always, but Jake gives the thumbs down when he's happy, so that's confusing, you know. So, yeah, when you guys ever start a tournament with Jake, you'll know what I'm talking about. But whenever everybody says hello, he gives you the thumbs down, basically, you know, letting you know he's grumpy and ready to whoop your ass at poker.
better now.
Yeah, a little bit better now. Yeah, even though you're showing muted on my screen, weirdly enough, I do hear you. Yeah. Oh, now you're rugging. Now you've rugged. What's up, Marissa? Good chat. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't even know if you can hear me. You might not even be able to hear me. Disco, are you able to approve these folks that are? I can't. Okay, there we go. We got Doug back. Y'all know we're a well-oiled machine up in this motherfucker. It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's horrible.
Terrible, terrible. All right, Disco, ask some questions for the people, man, because you know this we can't. We're having problems. Let's see. What's a good question? Okay.
To go back about the hunted thing, I'm confused.
No, we can't go back about the
Oh.
hunted, and no, it'll just confuse people more now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's too much
Talk about it
information to.
later.
Yeah, talk about that later. Yeah, the hunted's no good because there's going to be 10 hunters. Everybody's trying to hunt those 10 hunters. That's the sum of it. But I'll lay it out later because I don't.
Hunger Games type thing?
Yeah, like a Hunger Games, maybe. Like, yeah, maybe like we can call it something like that. The hunted game.
All right, so you're still doing daily games, but
No.
now we have.
Great question.
No, you're not doing daily games.
No, that's perfect. I'm glad you brought that up. Good segue. No more daily games. Couple reasons. One is everybody says the prizes stink, which is, understandable. They're all free prizes meant for non-holders. And secondly, you'll notice all the last chance entries now that are in the format because of the 9-player structure. So we're getting a lot of our last chance entries from the tournaments throughout the bash. And then there's a few in the mint. So the last chance numbers are all coming from a different place this time. So there will be no daily games whatsoever. Now, I'll always do pop-up games like I used to do, which the daily games were meant to alleviate a lot of work for me because, all the non-holders constantly coming in, win poker, win place, win prize, all this stuff, right? So we just did daily games so everybody could just go, tag the daily games. But now because we have games every day of the week, we're not going to do daily games too. It would just be entirely too much work for me to keep up with. But what we are also considering, which I haven't had the founders vote on yet, there's been a lot of suggestion now that we've kind of grown a little bit of maybe having Club GG be just for holders. So while we're here, if you guys want to throw out any thoughts on that, we are going to always, like I said, let the founders vote on those deciding things. But it seems like a good idea now at the size that we've grown to that we don't necessarily have the accommodations for non-holders on Club GG anymore. What do you think of that?
Yeah, so I'm good with that. Basically, get rid of the people that are just coming in trying to win free stuff, and you have to actually have minted something to play in the games.
Right. And then we can have these occasional games, I think, that pop up maybe. I was thinking about possibly having a different club for that. So like if we did a collab thing or things of that nature, I could make a second Club GG club possibly, or we could maybe even use the Battle Bunnies one, something of this nature. We'll figure out. But there will be times when we want non-holders to join us. I just think we can use a separate Club GG for that shit. Keep our stuff to our holders, because basically what we want is if they are non-holders and they want to join us at the tables, I feel like they should, find a way to mint if they can, or buy off a secondary from you guys if they can't, because then that way everybody benefits. So that's my thoughts, and the founders will be putting that to a vote, but I can see by the emojis and the feedback I've already gotten that we're probably going to go that way, you guys. Just to do a little bit of purging, get Club GG squared away. And then what we're going to do is we're going to also start trying to host some more collabs with other poker projects. So I know a lot of you guys have always jumped in and you're like, recommending this one and that one, which we love. But the thing about it is this, right? As a founder's point of view and as a project point of view, we want there to be benefit to all 4 parties. And when I say all 4 parties, I mean the founders and the communities of both projects, right? So we don't want to do these collabs we've done in the past where we host something, we give away a bunch of prizes. People come in and we're like, hey, go here, to do this sign. So in other words, the entire community, DPS, is involved in helping them get set up. They play one game with us and then they disappear and sometimes take prizes with them. So I don't like that collab setup. So we'll talk more about it. But any of you that are in other poker projects that want to collab with us, what we want to do is have a minimum of like 20 players from their project. We'll open it up to everybody from ours. But then the idea being that we're going to put up some prizes, they're going to put up some prizes, and then you guys from the other clubs can come and win DPS stuff, and DPS people can come in and win other stuff from the other clubs as well. And then that way we all get a benefit of being able to say, you got something out of it, right? For you guys, it'll be free because you're holders. So any collabs we do, you can join for free. But for the other folks, I've always kind of been a proponent of let them come in here and buy a little $5 or $10 expired pass from you. I don't know what Jennifer's doing over here, smoking pot, right?
What? I'm trying to find some sound effects.
Oh, is that what that was? I lost a whole train of
Like
thought. But yeah,
Sounded like she stepped on Jerry.
yeah, I thought something was going on. I was like, is your phone breaking? But we'll set it up. I'll get a structured format is what I'm leading up to. You guys hit me up in the ticket and I'll have something you can bring to the other project, like a Google form or something of this nature that shows what we'll offer and what we'd like to see from them. You know, that's kind of what I was getting at. So we don't want to just jump in, play poker and give away all our shit to other, you know, poker projects. Although I know a lot of you are in those projects. You get my point. So we'll figure out that and we'll get a collab sheet together. And on that note, it kind of segues oddly into the next thing, which we should talk about is the tweets, right? So this is very subjective here, okay? I will tell you guys firsthand as a founder, I've gotten a lot of feedback from new people coming in when I always ask everybody, whether it's in Gen Chat or the ticket, when they ask me stuff, I say, hey, how did you find us? Where did you come across DPS, right? A lot of people tell me they saw so-and-so's tweet. They saw Eski's tweet that he won. They saw Miche's tweet that he won. They saw Triple J's tweet that he won the high rollers. They see all of these tweets that we ask you guys to do, your claim tweets. And so that is bringing new people in, and new people into the project is better for all of us. It's better for longevity, sustainability, and growth, right? So we all know that. So I am going to, under extreme pressure, right? Not suggestion, not feedback, but under pressure, remove the mandatory claim tweet. But I'm also, while I'm saying that, going to ask that you guys understand the, you know, the value in those and that you put those out willingly as much as you want. Now, we're going to have some templates and things that you can use. Jake, stop laughing. That ain't funny. And we're going to have some templates and shit you guys can use and you can put them out. And I'm also going to put an incentive there, right? There's going to be incentive for you to do that. Meaning,
Oh, like if you have the most tweets, you win a prize, or
no, Jennifer will go crazy with these. So we're gonna get a boardroom together and let y'all talk to Jenny and hash your ideas out with her because she has a whole bunch of them and she go through them. But the idea being that we're gonna come up with some ways, maybe some different ways, being tournaments, wheels, prizes, whatever it's gonna be, for you guys to tweet still because it's good for the project, it's good for us, it's good for new people to find us. They don't really care if I keep telling them over and over about all the tournaments we have because I'm posting it and it's got cool graphics and it says you can win all this prize money. To them, it just looks like okay, it's like the high rollers game, right? All the people that we have that are poker players, they don't join the high rollers game even though they see it every day. But they don't join it because it's unknown to them. They have fears of it. They have preconceived notions, right? The same thing goes out when I just put out tweets. I put out a tweet that's graphic on it that says you can come play $5,000 a month, right? You can come play and win a tattoo. You can do all, and they're just looking at it like, what's that? I don't care. And they may look at it, they may not. But when they see their friend Miche or their friend Jake or their friend CTR, Disco, Nikki, when they see you guys winning money and they're like, oh shit, what's going on? You know what I mean? That's when the questions start, right? That's when the organic growth comes in. And so that's why it's really, really important to have those claim tweets. But a lot of you guys don't like them. So we're going to try to find a balance.
Yes. And do you want to talk about the high stakes poker traits? I've got one.
Yes. Talk about the traits.
No, I said, do you want to?
Oh, yeah, with you. Yeah, so there's traits in there that are a little different than what we've done before. You guys have seen these admit ones. The reason that says that is because I put double down. So you got, you know, instant winners are doubled and the contract won't let you double those. So it's just admit one is easier. But essentially we've, remember I told you guys several months ago I was going to add a bunch of shit at the spring bash, but at the same time dumb it down. That's what I was referring to. So we have over 85 tournaments, meaning add a bunch of shit. We're paying the top 9 instead of the top 3, meaning add a bunch of shit. We've added games, 2 different days and 3 different games to the regular schedule, meaning add a bunch of shit. But at the same time, I've dumbed it all down. So you're not going to have these wheel of prizes. You're not going to have the heroes or villains. You're not going to have the, you know, all the little things in the traits that were like, you know, add-ons, I guess, aren't necessarily as convoluted this time. It's pretty cut and dry. You're going to have an access month, right? And then you're going to have free entries into different tournaments. Some are going to be all in a fold. Some are going to be last chance. Some are going to be head-to-head. And then you're going to have entry into either Sunday slots or entry into high rollers. And that's pretty much it. There are always going to be mint bounties and stuff I'll have to come up with to get us through the mint. You guys know that. And so we'll add things like that. We've added the bingo. I think this goes the closest right now on the full blackout for the $100. And so we've done things to have fun still, but I did not want to restrict the amount of growth of new people for these 3 months coming up by the bash being so confusing, right? Meaning to us, we all get it. We do it every month. We do it every bash. Every bash just tweaks a little bit from the one before, so it makes it a lot easier if you've been here. But when somebody new comes in, like the winter bash, man, it was like, do this, do that, do this, do that. You know, bingo's here, you know, joker's over there, this is over here, holiday tournament's over there. You got to have this trait, you need that, you can't get in with it. All this stuff got a lot of people discouraged, I think. So we wanted to kind of dumb it down. Now it's real simple. You get a month and you get some free entries into other stuff. You know what I mean? So that's basically your traits. There's not really much, you know, in there that's hidden this time. We do still have our all access like always. We do still have our jokers like always. There are a couple triple stacks. I can tell you guys that there's probably half a dozen or a dozen or more. You know, not too many. Under 20. We'll say under 20. Triple
What's
stack.
a triple stack?
What's that?
What's a triple stack? What's a triple stack?
Yeah, 3 wins on 1 NFT. Triple J got one, ironically. But it would be something, for example, you would get your access month in March. And then on top of that, you'll end up getting a last chance entry, a Sunday slots entry, and a high rollers entry, all on the same NFT. So it's almost like minting 4 in 1, you know. Yeah. And so there's several of those. There's about, you know, like I said, there's under 20. There could be as many as 20, but it's randomized. So I don't know unless I go count right now how many exactly are tripled, but there's several that are tripled. So that's fun.
Or you could just get the
Or you could just
It's
get
not fun because I don't have any of those yet.
Well, you've got 25 and a full bingo card almost, though.
I know,
And
and I keep
so-
seeing people minting the ones I need. Go ahead, Miche. What you got?
So the like the 14, the full deck, the jokers, all of this starts over again for this bash, correct?
Absolutely, yes, sir. And that'll continue that same way every bash. We repeat like that, and then we sort of just tweak, right? So some things will go off, and some things will get added, like we're experiencing right now. But the core is always going to, you know, stay the same. Let's trust the other one up. What's up, Clopping? What you doing, brother? Might not be able to talk. Might be at work. Might be at work. I see
I
Chad.
have a question, Aaron.
I got an answer. Which one do you want, A or B?
B.
Okay.
Dead Poker Society leaderboard. We've only got 7 tournaments left. Do you want to like come up with something that we're going to do for the 9 that actually finish in the top 9, or should we just call this the beta run and have an actual alpha run starting with the spring bash?
Let me ask you this. You say top 9 because of the tables are 9, correct?
No, I'm saying top 9 because of the points.
But what there's technically a top 10 then, right?
Yeah, we have a top 10 because I've got all the points of everyone. We have
Let's do this
55 people.
Let's do the top 10 are going to be our first 10 hunters.
Do you just want to do it that way?
Yeah, it makes it easier. So now you can we'll put it together. Get with me in the ticket so we can put an announcement out for it, right? That way before next week's, you know, winter bash, you know, weekend bashes, like the, you know, the few we got coming up that they can get points for, we'll put it out before then. That way they can gauge their tournament play based upon what they can win. But yeah, I think if we can finish the bash with 10 leaders, now you'd have to get it to me before the first weekly game, you know, of the next bash so that we know who the hunters are that are being hunted. Okay. Yeah, as long as you can turn it over.
Done.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's do that. So that's official, you guys. We'll make that the thing. Our 10 winners of the overall leaderboard for the entire winter bash. Is that correct, Doug?
Yep.
Okay, so those will be our first 10 hunters, you guys. And I will put out as soon as I can a graphic with all the stuff that comes with that. Obviously, you want to be a hunter. The reward for winning the game as a hunter is going to be greater than the reward for winning the game as a huntee. So just, you know, keep in mind if you're a hunter, that's a good thing.
You know what we could do, Aaron, is since I keep this up to date with the leaderboard after each weekend, every month, we can just take whoever got that many points in that month, because I can break it down that way very easily. And
let's do that.
And we can just say whoever makes it into the top 10 each month off of their points, they are the next month's hunters, plain and simple.
I like it. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that way because I was going to do a wheel spin. I like that idea much better because you're earning it now.
Yep. You got to do it at the tables.
All right, so we're gonna do that. That'll get us our 10 hunters at the beginning of each month. And then we will have some graphics and thing comes out about that, you guys. We're also, I don't want to give away too much, but we're gonna have, you know, like we do the mint bounties, you know, where you're just randomly we're minting, and then you'll see me in the morning. I'll put out an announcement that says, you know, today or for the next X amount of mints, it's this, or today if you find this in the mint, it's that, right? We're gonna have some things like that in the hunt also. So there'll be some things where, like, while we're playing, it could be a random day of the week, you know. So keep an eye on the morning announcements, because you might see, you know, if you're a hunter, then today this happens, or if you've knocked one of the hunters out this month, today this happens. So we're gonna incorporate instant wins in the hunt as well, because the idea of the hunt is this, just so you guys know, right? Is actually Jake and I were talking one morning or one night, late night, I can't remember which, and he was talking about we were all at the tables, the high rollers game and all that, and it was kind of, we were just you know, hauling back and forth about, you know, knocking people out and, you know, going after people on the table, and it kind of just clicked in my head, this whole concept I had been thinking about before that I couldn't quite put together for a game yet. I was like, oh shit, so that kind of started it, you know what I mean? And then basically it kind of grew from there, and I've been developing sort of the gameplay for the last couple months. But the idea is basically, the concept is it's for the people that don't always win at poker. You know, we want you guys to enjoy your time here, and the community is awesome, and we all love hanging out. But ultimately, we all know if we spend $100 or something minting, you want to get some of that back, you know. And if you're playing poker and you're having a shitty month, or you might not be as good as some of the other people at the table, it's harder for you to win, right? So these other add-ons like this are for you guys to be able to have a chance to win something without having to actually play poker. So the hunt will have a lot of those little prizes, and which is why I really like your idea of the hunters earning their spots, because those players will be the ones that did the best at the table. You get those spots, that's good, but then anybody randomly can still win that's involved and has minted, because we're going to do random giveaways. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
Right, Disco?
Absolutely. And then also, are we going to do something? I know we've done it in the past, and we'd have to think about it on the back end. But, you know, for those of us that are minting now before, like, the new bounties and things come up, to try and get sales going again, like do a wheel or something for those of us that are, you know, minting now.
Yeah, so the way that will work is always like we've done, right? So anytime we do a mint bounty, say you come in like Disco just did, and you get your shitload right at the beginning. Like, you know, we don't want to be at 900 trying to sell out and offer a mint bounty, and Disco misses out, you know, because he's already spent his allocation. He's done. He's finished, right? So we don't want that to happen ever. And so since day one, we've always done this where we will give a mint bounty out, but everybody's included. A lot of you guys have won. CTR knows, you know, we've gone and backtracked winners. We'll put a wheel together before, we put NFT token IDs on there, and we'll spin the wheel, and then it gives a prize up, and we'll literally go put that in the metadata and add it to an NFT that's already been minted, you know. And then some of them go on NFTs that are still in the mint and live. You know, it all depends on the wheel. So to answer your question, if I am, hopefully I am, all the mint bounties will always include everybody that's minted from token ID 1 up until the time we're doing the mint bounty. So they're all included always.
I still have a chance with my 8.
Yeah, you'll have a chance with your 8. Did I answer your question? I feel like I maybe missed your question. I answered it wrong. Did I?
No. That's perfect. You know, I just want to make sure, you know, as the mint goes on, you know, sometimes we need to try and get people minting again. So we put out bounties and things like that.
Right.
But I just want people to feel comfortable that, hey, you know, you have, say, $300 you can spend on the spring bash, and you've already spent your $300. You're not now going to lose out on other bonuses that come later as we're trying to progress them in.
Right, with one exception. Now, you guys all know about, well, that have been here before, know about the wanted posters. When you see the wanted posters come up for the mint, they will always be for something that is not yet minted, and they'll always obviously be available for everybody. So even though some people have minted in that case, you would need to mint again if there's a wanted poster on a particular NFT. That's the only exception, because I can't backtrack that one.
Right. No. Yeah, 100%. You know, if you want that bounty, you got to mint that bounty.
Right. Yeah, and we'll do those wanted posters. You guys have seen. Sometimes we'll do 100, sometimes we'll do 250, sometimes we'll do 500. It depends. I can probably tell you with about 80% certainty in this mint, you won't see a $500 one, just strictly because the budget is so tight with all the new prizes and the new games. it's going to be hard pressed to get more than 250 out of a wanted poster. But we'll have other bounties. You know, I've got a lot of NFTs in my wallet. I hate to part with, but I've already got some dragon eggs. I don't know if I see any emojis and stuff, but I've already got
What?
some dragon eggs in
Whoa,
mind.
whoa.
Yeah.
What?
So I've got some stuff set aside, some Carcaeus stuff, you know.
You know, I
No.
could do with the dragon egg as a present.
Yeah, the dragon eggs are. I got potentially a couple different things I'm going to do with those. I don't want to give away too much though, because I don't want y'all waiting in anticipation.
I know. We're just waiting in general.
And have we posted the mint link up on top on the Jumbotron, Mister?
I have not posted shit. I probably should, you guys, but I got to tell you what, man, I'm behind the 8 ball on this one. I don't have any tweets out yet because Twitter hates me. I don't have anything posted for this yet, but I will do that right now. Let me do that while we're talking.
And the YouTube channel has all of the links in the description of the video. So if you're watching on YouTube, all you got to do is pop on over and look in the description and you have all of your links. And I posted up all of the prizes that are to be had with the spring mint and everything else. It's all in the description of the video.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yes, and I see some new faces listening right now. And yeah, we have a YouTube channel. We have lots of money you can win. This is a great place to be if you want to spend a little money and win a lot of money.
Yeah,
So
that's true. You can spend no money and win money here, actually. So,
well, let's not tell them that, Aaron.
oh well, yeah, we don't want to tell them that. It was so hard for me to keep this one from you guys with the art and everything. Literally, this is the first bash I've done. Well, the first mint, we'll say, because since day one, I've always kind of teased out and showed people the art. This was the very first time I did not do that at all. Like at all. It was difficult for me. You know me, Disco. I'm always hitting you up in the tickets going, look at this and look at that, you know, but it was like one of these things where I kind of felt like, and this is going to sound weird, right? Because I mean, I don't know how else to say it, so I'll just be honest about it. But I felt like if I showed you guys and somebody was like, "Oh, that's silly. Why are you making characters out of springs?" Then I wouldn't have done it, and I would have changed my mind. But then I liked the way the artwork looked so much personally that I was like, "Screw it, I'm going to keep it." And the only way I felt I could do that was to not show you guys. So.
Yes, no, and the art is once again amazing as it always is. But for those of you that like, you know, Tim Burton, Nightmare Before Christmas, that type, there's a very big, you know, feel towards Tim Burton in this mint.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I always like to keep a theme of consistent, you know, like something that looks consistent throughout. And this one was challenging, I'm telling you, more than a lot, because you would not believe how hard it is. And you can see I failed. There's several characters, about 4, maybe 6 at the most, that don't really have springs for their bodies. But the way I'm telling myself, and I'll tell you guys, is they were worked on, so the springs were flattened out into metal, because I just could not get springs on all of them. So some of them have just a metal look to them, and I just like, you know, hopefully you like those too.
I want to give a special shout out to Krista Lenatra, the Oz. Congratulations on your first ever bash win. Big props.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
Krista,
huge.
congrats.
Yay, Krista.
All right, here it is. I posted it now. Sorry, Disco, it took me a hot minute, but
No, you're good.
it's a good idea. So it's just a little thing here, but I'm gonna pin it right here, you guys. It should be at the Jumbotron. That way, like Disco said, anybody new in here, there's the link. Feel free to go into our Discord and go into our official links channel if you're, you know, rather safe than sorry kind of person. It did come from me. I just posted it, but by all means, go into the Discord. You can go into the official links channel and get it, or you can go into, if you're minting with a credit card or debit card, you can go into pickle-pass channel or an official links for that too. And you can get yourself a pickle pass with a credit or debit card and you can mint that way. We make our mints very easy for anybody new. So you can literally mint directly from the site with Poly, or you can mint with ETH or Venmo in your ticket, or you can mint with a credit or debit card with a pickle pass. So there's, you know, pretty much every which way you can think of to mint.
Yeah, so any new listeners, jump in our Discord, you know, ask the questions. There's a bunch of people happy to answer your questions. Or this is also an AMA. So feel free to come on up, request speaker, and ask some questions that way, whichever is easier for you.
And I will answer a question that. Go ahead. Sorry.
2 more mints. We're up to 116.
Oh, nice, nice. Oh, and one thing I noticed, if anybody hadn't caught on yet, but all of them are like the previous mash where, so for instance, your 8s and your 10s and all that, they have 4 different characters in there. Like the 10s have 4 characters, even though they're all the same. The 8s have 4 characters and they all look like spiders because, you know, BBS loves the spiders. We did some bears in this collection for Big Bear because he's a member, and he simply was in the Gen chat one day. He's like, hey, can we do some bears? And I was like, sure. So I got some bears to work. But all of them, with the exception of 5s, 5 are the only value. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I did this is just because I love the art on the 5s, but they're the only value that came out with the same characters for all 80. So they're the skeleton bikers, basically. They don't even have springs on their bodies for the most part, but they just look so cool. So the entire collection of 5s is those skeleton bikers. So I don't know if that's interesting, but
their tires look like springs wrapped up.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Because I've got a bunch of those 5s.
Yeah, man. They're cool, though. I liked them. When I first saw them, I was kind of going to go, because they were the first ones I made, believe it or not. When I started this, I was going with metal springs as, you know, it was prompting back out metal spring images. So I was trying to turn metal spring images into something cool. So I started prompting for skeletons and bikers. And so, you know, then when I got them, they started looking so cool. I made all 80. And at first I was going to make, you know, all the 10s be the same, all the 9s be the same, like that. You know, one character, all 80, one character, all 80. But again, man, I ran into that problem where I tried to make, like, you know, 80 spring characters of the queen, the purple queen, for instance. There was just no way. It was there was about, you know, Disco, because I always tell you, but there was probably about, I would say 1,000 to 2,000 images per card value for these, which is probably about 10, 20,000 images more than I normally do. Just to try to get them out for you guys. But yeah, it was not easy telling AI to give me springs for bodies. So I got a lot of bands. What's that?
Let's talk about all these spring box jokers. Those are awesome.
Spring box. Oh, the Jack in the Boxes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
the Joker.
the spring box.
Yeah.
Jack
You
in the box.
recognize that as like a traditional Jack in the Box, right? That's what they're supposed to be. I like them. You think they're cool?
Hell yeah! We so far we have 4 of them minted, and
Okay.
just the diversity of the 4 is just amazing, absolutely amazing. One of them actually looks like somebody from Whoville.
Oh, awesome. Okay, okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
one of
I
those
don't get
bad
to-
boys is mine.
Let me just refresh and look at some of these. A lot of times, you guys, like all morning, I've as you can, you know, guess, I've just been, you know, squirrel, man. My head's on a swivel, so I don't even get to see a lot of these as they're coming out. Oh, look, yeah, look, there you go. There's Disco's. Look at that one.
Oh, I love it.
Some of my favorites are the 3s, though, and Disco's got one of them. I don't know if you guys saw the color palette on the 3s, that dark purpley blue kind of neons. Dude, those are some of my favorites. And the Queen of Spades, though, with the glowy stuff. I like the glowy stuff. Dang, Disco, you got a bunch, brother. Look, you got
Yep.
the non-spring one. Your dog is cute, but he doesn't have any springs. Oh, wait, maybe he does on his legs. But yeah, so the Jack in the Box is the inspiration behind that. And now, while some of them don't have springs, for whatever reason, they didn't turn out with springs, unfortunately, the idea is that it's a Jack in the Box. You know, you guys are all familiar with that, right? So it's got a spring by nature. That's the toy. It has a spring that pops the Jack up out of the box.
Oh,
Oh, look at
the jacket.
yeah, that's how it works. Look at that guy.
Thank you for
Smart
explaining.
ass
I've wondered
Jennifer.
my whole life.
You never know. You never know. I'm trying to find some of these other ones. Oh, did anybody recognize the little sticky things? Remember I don't know if y'all ever played with those little, like, I guess you could call it like a McDonald's toy, but it's like a little suction cup with a spring and then a head on it. And you can see that inspiration in some of these if you haven't noticed yet. Oh, look at that guy.
Oh yeah.
He's so cool. You're right, though, Lord Galavan. I'm looking at them now. They're all very different, all of them.
Yeah, that one with all of the little orange circles all around it, where he's standing on the box and he's got the big old shit-eating grin. Looks like one of the. It looks like one of the people from the Whoville. from the
Okay.
grill.
Yeah. I see it.
That's
That one sounds
mine.
like that sounds like mine.
Nope, that's mine. You can't have it.
I
What
already
up,
have it.
Dad?
What's up, everyone?
What you doing? You working?
No, I actually just left a food show, so I feel about 300 pounds heavier.
Oh, nice.
It's one little side gig I do.
Is eat the food?
Oh, no. Well, I set up all the electricity for it, put up like 10
Okay.
temporary panels, and then I eat all the food.
Dude, that's good. They don't charge you if you're setting up, right? You get to eat for free, I hope.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And what kind of food are we talking? Just like everything kind of things, like food truck
Yeah,
shit?
it's for a food distributor. It's their food show, so they invite all the restaurants to come, and everyone tries out the different foods, new stuff they're distributing out. So,
Okay.
yeah, at least 300 pounds I gained today. The sad part is I got to go back tomorrow. Do it all over again.
Oh shit, dude! I got a customer recently on for work. We had, and they do a food truck. They do a Cajun food truck, and they gave me some food, man, because of the work we did. You know, they were just like, oh, here, and this and that. And then I went back because I'm selling all my stuff, as you guys know, because I'm taking DPS on the road. So I'm moving from my 2-story house down into an RV and hitting the road. So I got to sell everything, So I got to talking with them, and they had some furniture and things that they could use. So we sold it to them, and then I went to get delivered to them and got more food. And then they called me up because they wanted another item delivered to them and got more food. And I'm like, dude, I got so much Cajun food in the last 2 weeks, man. It's like stuff from like gumbo egg rolls they have to like I can't even remember some of this other stuff they gave me, but man, it was so good. I'm like you, I'm like 300 pounds now because this food just kept coming and coming and coming.
Yeah, this place had every kind of egg roll you could think of was one of the people there.
Yeah, I've
Pizza,
never heard of a jumbo egg roll.
tacos. I never heard of that one. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, get it if you ever see it, man. They're great.
Speaking of jokers, I got a cool joker.
Yep, I threw my joker up top. It's on the jumbo.
Nice.
I put mine in the comments because I'm not as cool as Disco.
Well, this is true.
You can throw it up top with your speaker. All you got to do is be a speaker and you can pin stuff up there. I'm sure you knew that.
Yeah, well, be careful with Jack because he likes putting up that scat horn.
Okay, so listen, Jad, you're a poker player.
I didn't do it.
And you work in the you work here. So I'm trying to gather some thoughts back because I have a mixed feeling about the day games. Now the founders voted and we decided we're going to do day games, and so they're there. I just don't know if we're going to be able to fill them. And so I'm wondering, because like myself, I'm working a lot during the day. Now, certain days if I'm working in the office, I can pull the computer up and I can play a poker game in the background. But I'm just wondering, like, and on the majority, like speaking wise, for people that have the Monday through Friday jobs, like here in the U.S., obviously time zones are different, and that's why we're trying day games out. But what do you guys think about them for the, U.S. people in the middle of the day to have a poker game?
I like a mid to late afternoon game would work.
Okay.
For me on my schedule, but
something like 2 to 3 in the afternoon kind of thing.
Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern works great for me.
Because I'm just wondering what time point, because you can go anywhere from like I guess noon all the way up to like 3 or 4. I guess we'll just run a couple and see how they go. But I got a sneaking suspicion we're gonna have a hard time filling them, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, for those on the West Coast, if you 3 p.m. Eastern, that's only noon out here.
Yeah. So then that wouldn't work for you because you're in the middle of work day, right?
Towards the end of it, but
okay. Well, we'll run them and see. Just y'all give me your feedback as we play. Anybody that plays in them, especially if any of you guys are overseas or different time zones, if I put them up at a certain time and it doesn't work, just keep giving me feedback and we'll narrow it down, to the best time frame that we can fit it in. Jake's thumbing.
Well, sounds like we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Jake's the founder. His voice counts.
What? Jake from State Farm's a founder. We'll let anybody in here.
Yeah, who let that guy? He's a founder. Misha's a founder. We got a lot of new founders this past bash. Yeah, man. It worked out good. And for those of you that don't know, we do have a little core group. If you don't know what we're talking about, our founders, there's 54 Club 54, you know, what we started, you know, a year ago as, and we gave away some founders passes and got a core group of players together that, you know, do some things. We have a lounge in the Discord. We talk sometimes, we vote sometimes, we do things like that. And they're actually going to have 3 tournaments too. I don't know if y'all saw that in announcements too, but we bump up things for the founders every tournament. They get little bonuses, you know, just for being founders. The previous bash before this one we're currently in, it was a bonus on the daily games. I think it was, they got 25 if they finished, you know, and then this current bash, we added 25 to any finishing position they had on the holiday tournaments. And now in the spring bash we're going into, they're going to have 3, just straight up 3 tournaments. So rather than have to add things here and add things there as a bonus, we just gave the founders 3 instead of 1 tournament. So there'll be 1 every month of the bash for founders to play in. And we will be giving away founders passes during this bash.
I'm a big fan of the founders tournaments. Some good
I like
competition.
it. Yeah, it's good competition, and it's a clean game usually. Now that's a loaded statement sometimes around here, but you guys know what I mean. It's always, you can have your ups and downs, and you can have your aggressive and non-aggressive players, but the founders always seem to be a clean game. You're never really walking away mad and yelling at somebody. So. Oh, I can't think of anything else. I'm scrolling through this stuff. What else, Jennifer? Should we mention anything else? We talked about the founders we just did, right? Y'all know about the weekly tournaments prize pool going up. Everybody caught that in the announcement. So 1st through 9th is getting paid. Y'all saw that? All right. I don't see any objections. We got the day games. You said we're adding the day games. So Tuesday and Thursday is going to have these little day game tournaments. Then we've also added the head-to-head tournaments, which will be on Mondays. So those are going to be called Manic Monday. I don't know why, just because it rhymes, I guess. So we'll have Manic Monday. We'll have the Tuesday takedowns. We'll have the with the Wacky Wednesday. We'll have the Thursday Throwdown, Friday Night Bites, Saturday Showdowns, and Sunday will be just Sunday Fun Day, which sometimes will be horse races, sometimes will be a poker tournament, sometimes will be slots, sometimes will be all of the above. Sometimes I think we might even start streaming in there. I think Disco had mentioned that, having like a movie night Sunday to kind of wind down, coming in and streaming, hanging out together, bullshitting, watching some silly movies. So we might add that to the end of Sunday Fun Day too.
Yeah, and I think the games are going to start being different in the spring bash in the aspect of, you know, you want to get to that final table so you can get the prize pool. So I think these people betting, you know, 5,000, you know, on the opening hand before the flop is going to, I think that's going to go
Pre-flop
down.
race.
Yeah, that's going to help with that because people want to get to that final table so they can get some money.
Well, that was the idea. We wanted to kind of calm it down a little bit to do that, but then also, you know, but haven't been fortunate enough to place in the top 3. But you've made final table 2-3 times even, you know. So now we want you guys to be able to get some money for that.
Usually by then you're in a game for hour,
I
2
do want
hours.
to point out though, because I know some people are going to complain about it. There's nothing we can do. People are always going to kind of have their opinions about certain things. You are going to notice there's a lot of last chance entries for 4th, 5th, and 6th, for instance, in the collection tournament, right? There's a last chance entries in the tournament we're talking about. 4th through 6th in the day tournaments, the Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7th through 9th in the weekly games, right? Before you guys omit that and go, oh, you know, I only got last chance, you know what I mean? Now, obviously, if you've already won it, you can't win it again, so that would suck. So you're going into a final table, you already have last chance. You certainly want to get the top 6, right? But look at the prize pool for the last chance before you decide that's a bad prize, because there's an $830 prize pool in that last chance tournament. The $200 is in first place there, but then like the other ones, and I don't know why it's not in this graphic, I just missed it. But when we get to the final table on the last chance, we're not going to have a founders just go attached to first place like we've done in the past. Rather, we're going to put a wheel on there of 10 people, the 9 final table people and the bubble person will all go on a wheel, and one of them will win a founders pass.
Say what?
Yeah, so you're gonna have a 1 in 10 chance of getting a founders pass if you make it to that last chance final tournament, and make it to that final table. Sorry.
It's a nice prize.
Yeah, so you know, there's things like that. In fact, let me add that to the announcement now. I don't know why it's not in there, but let me add it. because that is a good prize, and I think you should always keep your eye on the final table. Okay, what else we got? I never know if I'm rugging when we go quiet. Sometimes I think I'm rugging, and sometimes I think we're just quiet.
No, we're just being quiet. No, but I just want to bring up also the point. People are like, "Holy crap, Disco has a bunch." Yeah, I just put down 700, but potentially I could win what 3,000 with all these games and all these prizes.
Oh yeah, I mean we're giving away over $15,000 when you add it all up. It's definitely there, and then there's more. There's more on top of that now because the high rollers and stuff are on schedule. That's because the ones that play know what I'm talking about. But we've had so much trouble getting people in there, so we're doing a twofold on those. They're going to go on schedule because they're going to need to be scheduled games for you guys to play. But then we're also going to still keep them open, for the high rollers that want to just get together and play, they can still do it. It's not closing it off. But what I'm thinking and hoping this will do is introduce people that haven't been able to play the game yet or have been skeptical. If they win one of these free entries into it, they play the game, maybe they enjoy it, maybe they win, some of the money, because we've also restructured it. It's not winner take all. It's first, second, and third place now. So if we get people in, they can enjoy it, then that game, the idea for that game is to be a regular game. But think about it in a sense of like Triple J. If you're Triple J, he's won like 4 or 5 of them. So that's over $1,000 for a $25 buy-in each game. You're doing pretty good. So a lot of times, these games, you guys don't miss the fact that if you've got an extra 25 and you want to use it for something, it's I'm a gambler, so when you hear me saying this is a gambler saying this. But to me, I'm looking at like I'm going to throw that 25 in there and take a chance that I can get third at least and get another shot at it. But if I get first or second, I'm winning, money. You know what I mean? Like more money than the scheduled bash games. So for me, I'm like trying to play high rollers, as you guys know that play it. I'm in there as often as I can be. I've only won one of them because I'm not like Superman like Triple J, but that one that I won actually paid for most of them that I've entered. So just keep that in mind if you're discouraged to enter those. They're not the worst game to play. It's just sometimes you've got to, like somebody pointed it out last night. It's the best way to say it. It's if you're in that game and you're having a shitty card day, meaning Club GG's just dealing you shit cards, it's probably going to be a shitty game for sure, man. There's a good players. There's an aggressive level to it, and if you're not catching cards, it's going to suck, right? But that's not the game's fault. That was just a bad day. So don't be discouraged.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, geez, Echo.
Echo.
I was also gonna say it's nice with the new.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten Rather up or AJ up. Everybody might be at work, but I keep inviting people to speak. Krista, I think might be doing stuff too.
With the new format.
But anybody that wants to speak, please feel free to come up. Request. If I haven't invited you, come up. If I have invited you, accept.
Hey, Jay, it's actually going back to yours.
Was that
Yeah,
for
let's
me?
play Jab. Okay, is that better?
Yep, the echo's gone.
Okay.
Way to go, Jad.
Ah, kill it. You hear me?
Jad
Yep.
done fucked up.
Yeah, I was just
Well,
gonna
I
say,
can't think of anything else, you guys. I'll just
Hey,
keep running.
hang on. Okay, go ahead, Jad. No one else will talk.
I know. There we go. I know that's why we're getting the echo. No, I like the way the new high roller tournaments goes because now it's top 3 people get paid. Get something out of it. So it's only a 9-person table. So 3 people out of the 9 get something. I think it makes it worth it more.
100%.
That's weird. What did he say? I didn't hear anything, Disco.
Okay, yeah, Jad, Jad mute. I got you. Okay, so what Jad's saying is, it's awesome. It's now everyone at the final table can win a prize. That's a huge deal, and he's right. Before it was only like the top 3 or the top 1, but now with all 9, you make it to the final table, you got a prize. So Jad's just giving you flowers.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And not only that, but we're only one bash away from 6-player tables. If y'all remember, previous to the winter bash, everything was 6-player tables. So we just bumped up to 9-player tables. And then in one bash time, we went all the way to paying out all 9 players, which you got to understand, right? Because we don't have a grand prize this bash, that allows us to do that. So depending on how you guys like this, give me that feedback, please, because obviously our next one is the Summer Bash, and then we have our Road to Richmond. So we have to have our grand prize there because it's the whole structure of it, right? But we don't necessarily have to have a grand prize every bash. We can go like maybe Summer Bash, grand prize, next bash, none, then next bash, grand prize, next bash, none. And what that'll allow me to do is use that grand prize money, which is usually 6,000 to 7,000. We can use that to put back into the tournaments. And then that's when you see stuff like what we're having now, where we can pay the top 9, we can add the extra, stuff to it, and have that money to use in a different way. Yes, that's correct.
And up on the feed, I'm showing everybody where all the points are sitting right now for the Winter Bash. There's your top 10 right there. There's everybody on the feed. You can see it.
Can you screenshot it if we're not on the feed so we can see it?
Oh, it's easy enough just for me to share.
Okay, yeah, if you can share, yeah.
10th place right now is Gids. He has 102.6 points. So there's your 10th place person. So you need 102.6 points just to get into the top 10 right now and get into that first Hunter month. So you got 3 more weeks in order to gather points plus today's game. So 7 games to gather points.
And now, if somebody hypothetically was to win a top 3, what kind of points are you looking at for third, second, and first?
First right now is Eski at 309.8. Mia Isabel is in second at 199.4. And Lord Galaban is in third at 195.3.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I should have asked that differently. What I mean, like if somebody's hunting, they're trying to catch up, I should say, right? How many points would they get if they win a first next week or something, or if they win a third next week? Like, what are they looking at needing to get to catch up? Like 2/3, a first and a third, you know what I mean?
Well, let's see. Let's just go by last night's. Last night there were 52 entrants, so first place walked away with 52 points. Demistry walked away with 46.8, and I walked away with 41.6, which... So in order to get into the top 10 right now, you'd have to place at least third 3 times in the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
Just to make space. But if you go back and you look at all of your bashes, at all of your finishes, if you finished in the top 9, which we have a total of 57 people that have finished in the top 9 that have made it to a final table. Every single week we've had somebody brand new at the final table because I've got it all broken down here on the screen.
That's awesome.
Everybody can see it right there in the feed. I've got it broken down by each week. I've got the spaces set up showing the brand new people. And it's just amazing. It is absolutely amazing how many people have gotten different points and gotten big points too. Like CTR. CTR won those 2 in a row, and just off of those 2 in a row wins on that one weekend 2 weeks ago, he's right there. He is in the hunt. So, he's in 9th place right now with 124 points. And he's only played in 3 tournaments, but he's won 2 of them. So that's what you got to do. Yeah. You got to win. You got to finish, a second, third. You got to make the podium. Or then you got somebody like Eski that has basically gotten points in every single week but 1.
Wow.
And he's gotten double points in 3 different weeks.
So we need to keep Eski out of the games moving forward is what you're saying. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, last night we were all sorts of excited because Eski actually finished in 10th last night, and Mia Isobel went out in 11th. So they didn't make the final table, so they didn't get any points. And Rather and I, we were both excited as all hell because we managed to keep them out of the final table.
That table, I'll tell you what, and I if Mia's in here, I love you, Mia, so I'm saying this with love, but Mia, I'm going to have to choke her one day. I swear, if I get another hand where I shove all in and I've got Jack 9 and she's got Jack 10, or I got Ace Queen and she's got Ace King, or I got 7-5 and she's got 7-6. It doesn't matter what I have. She has the higher kicker every time. I swear to God, if it happens again, Mia, I'm coming. I'm coming to Australia, wherever you are. But anyway, I would have made it. I was kicking butt. I was in like first place, and then I decided because you guys know that the bingo card says take Aaron out as a square. I can't take myself out. So my take Aaron out is take Mia out because she's won the most. champions. She's our highest champion in the whole Discord and the project. So my goal is to take her out. So I tried that a couple times in the last couple weeks, and dude, I'm sitting out of the tournament in about 22 hands because of it. So Mia kicks ass, but she's my my nemesis right now. I've got to get that. And speaking of, too, you guys, the bingo thing. If I can knock Mia out and then win four of a kind, I think it is, and then
Aaron,
yeah.
Technically, last night Mia got her last square filled. I watched the hand. She got a over boat win. She had pocket aces and took out somebody else that had flopped a boat that was tens full. She got hers filled up last night. She just has to claim it now. She filled hers in last night. She has all 25 stakes filled, but she has to claim it.
Yeah, she got to claim it. Yeah, because that's what she had. You're right. Full house over full house is all she had left. Damn it. I only had four of a kind, and her I had left too, man. But she got it then. But that's the thing, you guys. Not only do you have to claim it, right? But once you call bingo, it's just like a regular bingo caller if you've never been. You call bingo, and the caller comes over and they check you. So right now, you guys, it's been in. I'm trusting you guys to be accurate about these squares. But when I'm gonna go to pay out the winner, I've got to check these squares. So make sure you guys get your screenshots in order, because if I don't have a screenshot to check your win with pocket aces or a screenshot to check your win with 7-2, then you technically can't win until you go get that screenshot. So just make sure you have all your stuff, because I will check the winners, even though I haven't, the winner, I should say, even though I haven't been checking you guys along the way, because obviously I don't have time to check everybody's bingo card every week. So just keep in mind, make sure your screenshots are countable. Make sure they're all for winter bash games only. Only one square would count for a non-winter bash game, and that's to win a daily game. And aside from that, you have to have a screenshot for every bingo square on that card. So, and Mia probably does. So keep that in mind. She probably got her stuff together.
Yeah, and just to state again, I'm not in the top 10. I'm not on the leaderboard at all, but yet I've won high stakes game, I've won daily games, so I've won cash prizes. So just because you're not, in the top 10 and winning everything, I've still won cash. So anybody can win any day. Hello, Miss Krista. Krista, I see you up here. What you got?
What's up, Disco? Love it. No, I was just jumping up. Our staff meeting is over, so
Oh, sorry.
going on.
I kept inviting you to speak. I knew you was busy, but I didn't know when you were
I
going to be
didn't
done.
even notice because I couldn't even look at the phone. So
Oh, okay.
you're good.
Well, congratulations, champion. I haven't got your NFTs made. I usually got to wait a couple weeks and I'll go make 5 or 8 of them or something, and then I'll dish them out. But you got a champion NFT coming, a new role coming in Discord.
I did. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, no rush, man.
Yeah, man. He's
I'm
tearing
gonna
it
try
up.
to take this one down today too.
Well, if you do that, you'll be the second person in our history to have done it. CTR is the first person. Now, Mia, if anybody goes and looks, and Mia will probably be the one to tell us. Mia has won it, back to back in a sense, pre-bash format. So when I say CTR is the only one, CTR is the only one during our bashes that has won a back-to-back tournament. So you would be the second person if you can pull that off today.
Okay. Yeah, I saw he has like a special back-to-back champion
Yeah,
NFT.
Yeah, he's got the only one, and both of them are stamped. So it's like your Valkyries and the eggs, they go together. Both of his that were back to back are stamped the same. So he's got that.
Cool.
Yeah. So they go together.
And then Joker's tournament tomorrow.
Yeah, and we actually have our Dead Squares tournament tonight. And Lord Galaban pointed it out for me for whatever reason earlier. It was not on Club GG, but check your rolls, you guys. Anybody that has the conference round as a roll with the little football by it.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah, then you can join that game tonight. So there's a game tonight at 7 p.m. Central. So what is that? That's 8 your time.
Okay, I just registered.
Yeah, and then everybody can join that has that role. That's if you held 2 dead squares. And then once the Super Bowl ends, the few of you, and I think there might literally be only a few, there might not even be enough for a tournament. But once the Super Bowl ends, we're going to take all the holders that have all 4 of those. I'm actually one of them myself, but if you look on mine, you can see what I'm talking about in Discord. But I have the wild card, the divisional, the conference, and the Super Bowl rounds as a role, in Discord. Everybody that has all 4 like that is going to go on a wheel, and we're going to spin and give away a founder's pass.
Hot diggity damn.
Yeah, make sure you check your rolls and don't be giving away your dead squares. And here's the thing, you just need the roll. So if you're smart and you're missing, let's say, the wild card one, but you have the others, jump on OpenSea or start looking for a friend that might give you one for $1 or $2 because they don't need them, they're expired. But if you can get them for a couple bucks and then get that roll, then you get on that wheel. So I would be hunting for the roll even though the games are over.
And what are the 4 rolls?
Wild card. If you click on my name in Dead Square, sorry, Dead Square in Discord, you'll see them. But it's wild card round,
Okay, I see.
divisional round, conference round, and the Super Bowl.
So you
Yep.
get all 4 of these.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, so all the Dead Square people need to know
And-
about that.
And have you mentioned yet, Mr. Aaron, that we're not collab landing for the Spring Bash yet because we're still in the Winter Bash?
Yeah, that's a good point too. So you will get your roll that says you minted Spring Bash. That roll will come up, and you will get the rolls if you mint any of the holiday games, right? So those rolls will come up. Where meaning not holidays. I'm sorry, you guys. The all access, all interfold, high rollers, Sunday slots. All those rolls should come up. If you've minted one that says Sunday slots or high rollers and you don't see the roll, let me know. But like AJ is just showing you right here, the Spring Bash one, that's going to come up. But there are going to be some, especially the 14. So all your ace, king, queens, and all those things, they're currently still tied to the current bash. Once we end that last month, that rollover before, that night, I guess, before the next month starts, I'll go in and change all of that so that you'll then get all the values for your current one. So you won't see your all 14 roll like Disco. You may already have all 14 from what you minted, right? You're not going to see that roll until the Winter Bash is over because the Winter Bash is holding your 14, if that makes sense. So when I release them to the Spring Bash, you'll start getting all those rolls. But currently you should get Spring Bash, all interfolds, holidays, sorry, not holidays, high rollers and Sunday slot rolls. If you don't get any of those, please let me know so I can check the bot.
Okay, and then Aaron, I just want to clarify because I'm going to post this for Dead Squares.
Yes, ma'am.
So the wild card would be 2 Dead Squares from that, like, grouping or whatever you call it.
Yeah, there's an actual post already if you want to snag it. I don't know if it'd make it easier for you or not, but in the Dead Squares channel.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah, let me see. There's a scroll up. Let me see till if just keep going up until you pass the Hulk Hogan gift there, and then you'll pass the wheels when you start getting up there. Let me see. There's a big post. Here it is. It's right underneath the congrats minions that you put. Your post at 1:21, 2:04 a.m. Directly underneath that is the post with all that.
Okay, yep, I see it here.
Yeah, now that's changed a little bit only in the sense of the 2 bottom ones. They went to $5 squares, but I went ahead and told AJ and Gen Chat, so I'll always honor my word that if we minted out, which we did, the Super Bowls, that I would still honor that wheel for the founders. So we're still good. We just had to drop the price so they would sell out. Huh?
You're doing 2 wheels or just 1?
No. No. I just say we had to switch the prize pool on 2 games. So theoretically, we didn't meet our qualifications, but I promised AJ we would still do it if we sold out. Is all I'm saying. So, I probably shouldn't have said it to confuse you. My bad. It has nothing to do with what you're doing. I'm just saying in general in public, so everybody knows. But because we didn't get to the $25 squares in the Super Bowl is what I'm implying.
I got you.
But
So,
yeah.
in order to get on this wheel for the Founders Pass, you need all 4 of those rolls, right?
Right.
And
And the way.
two of each of those.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. 2 of each will get you the roll. Right.
Okay.
So if anybody's wanting to hunt the secondary, or what's that?
When are you spinning that?
We're gonna do that one for the pass after the Super Bowl. So when it's all finalized and everybody's been paid out on their squares and everything, then we'll spin at the end.
Okay.
So the Super Bowl's when, Jennifer? When did you say it was? February what?
11, right?
February 11th or something like that's the Super Bowl. So probably mid-February we'll spin that wheel if you wanted to kind of put a time on it, a generic time.
You want to do it
Next
Valentine's Day when we're at the round table?
Oh yeah, let's do that. That'll work. I like that. Let's do it on Valentine's.
Okay, cool.
Somebody will be a Valentine's founder. Next Sunday's Super Bowl, right? Okay.
Yes, next Sunday in the afternoon.
11, right?
Yep. So that's
Okay,
the 11th.
yeah. Then
Perfect.
3 days later, we'll do the wheel.
Okay, perfect. Do you mind? And if I can make it, if you don't want to, but I'll forget because everything's going on. But can we make an event for that too?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'll do
Thank
that.
you so much.
And then
Awesome. Awesome. You guys are awesome because I forget all this stuff without you guys bringing it back up for me. So thank you.
I don't know if you already talked about it today, but when are you doing the grand prize for the tattoo?
Yeah, so everybody is asking about that, and I did not get a chance with my stupid chaos going on. I know me, you, and Frank were going to talk the other day about it, so I don't know if you want to, maybe when he gets off work or tomorrow, like we were going to last Sunday, do you guys want to hash it out tomorrow, maybe before everything goes?
Yeah, we can do it tomorrow before Tavern, yeah.
Yeah, let's hash it out, and that way we can make a post about it, but I just don't want to speak on y'all's behalf because if there's any, thing going on or scheduling wise, you know what I mean? I want to be together on it, not,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But soon, I'll say to all the listeners here, yeah, soon we're going to do that
soon,
draw.
for sure, yeah.
And if anybody doesn't know I've said it a couple times, but there are some new folks in here, which we love having. So if anybody's not aware of how we're doing that, because, you go, oh, I'm minting and I got a grand prize. How do I win it? Right. So the way it works is very simple in a complex way. So everybody that minted, when you mint, you get on the wheel. So if you minted it, that counts. If you've sold it since then, traded it since then, lost it or whatever, if it's not there in your wallet anymore, that's okay. Because if you minted it, it counts as your ticket, your entry into the grand prize drawing. So what we're going to do is kind of simple, but cool too, right? We're going to take all the kings, and because there's 80 of them, and put them on a wheel, all the queens, all the jacks, all the way down through the collection, even the jokers. The cool thing about the jokers is there's only 40 of them. So you have a 1 in 40 chance as opposed to a 1 in 80 chance, right? But once we have all of our wheels, 14 wheels, we're going to spin each wheel. So we're going to get 10 winners from each wheel, 10 kings, 10 queens, 10 jacks, all the way down. And again, now here's the cool part. If you have one of those jokers, when we hit the jokers, we're getting 10 jokers too, but there's only 40. So the odds of getting on that wheel are much better if you've got a joker. So we always want to reward the perks with more rewards, right? So once we spin all that, we're going to have 140 players that have made the final wheel. And that final wheel is what we're going to spin for that grand prize. Now, the grand prize is the tattoo, from Krista and Frank and all that stuff we've listed. But we're going to put some other little prizes on it too. We don't want to spin a wheel and have just one prize. That's kind of boring. Although it's a huge prize, so we're not going to have too much other stuff like that's like elaborate. But we'll have some other prizes for the folks that are there. So we have something for you showing up. So we'll probably do it this way so it's fair. At least my opinion is fair. You guys can override me if you think it's the other way. But I think when we do that, we should spin for the grand prize first and then the consolation prizes rather than spin for the consolation prizes first and then the grand prize last. Because to me, it feels like the person that might have won the grand prize spin went to something else. But that's just my opinion. Yeah. Because we did 14 wheels to get there, right? So that first prize should be the grand prize, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because that was the thing I was wondering.
My opinion.
That's just mine too. So if we'll take a vote or something. But in my opinion, I would hate to be that person that had that, prize come out that was like a toilet bowl nightlight, and then and somebody else wins the grand prize behind me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's how I felt about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's gonna be fun either way we do it. Did I hear something, Disco? What was that? I thought I heard you saying something, brother.
Nope, I'm muted.
Oh, you muted? Okay.
We're up to 119 mints.
Say it again.
We just hit 119 mints.
Oh shit! Nice. Yeah, I'm not able to keep up with. Oh, look, I see it right there. There it is. That probably legit. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes I get stuck in the wrong channel, and I was in a different channel thinking I was watching Gen Chat, but I wasn't. So.
Oh, the nice part is everybody will be able to go back and just watch the YouTube feed if they missed anything.
Nice. Yeah, and thank you again for doing that. Yeah, because we got the traits posted as an example. AJ's put up in the Gen Chats and stuff and all that. So you guys got all that there. And what I will say is, I already said it, I'll just repeat it again. I love questions. Ask your questions. What I would encourage is if you have a question, try to find the answer in Discord for yourself first. Not because, you're annoying me, although it can be a lot to handle so many questions, and I do get behind sometimes. but I'll always answer them for you. But what I want you guys to do is be able to find this information for yourselves. So that way, you know, because sometimes you can say, hey, how do I get down to the store? And I can go, hey, go left, go up there about a Yonder's Way and then turn right. And you might not know what the hell a Yonder's Way is, right? So, you know, just go read it for yourself so you can interpret it for yourself. And if you've read it and you still have questions, then come ask the questions. But, you know, I'd rather not see the questions like, hey, when's the tournament tonight? When we have a channel that says schedule and you can just go click on that and see what's going on for tonight, you know, stuff like that. And as I'm saying that, I realize I've got to go put the tournament in there. Sorry. But, you know, there's been a lot going on today. But just, you know, with the questions, all I want to encourage is you guys to try to find your answers. If you can't find your answers, then, of course, ask anybody in Gen Chat will help. But the idea being that we're about to put a lot information in the Discord. The Spring Bash will have its own channels. As they're populating, the Winter Bash channels will start to go away. And I guess what I'm getting at is all the information is technically going to be there for you guys. So try to find that and interpret it in your own pace before you ask the simple questions. If that's not too rude of me to say it like that. Sorry. Oh, hold on. Let me get this thing in here for you guys real quick.
Yep.
Anybody?
And just real quick, I was going to say, how about we throw up a bunch of emojis? Aaron's in the middle of moving, downsizing his life, going mobile, and he's putting out this winter bash. So let's throw up some emojis to thank Aaron for all of his hard work that he does for us.
Thank you, Disco. Much appreciated, brother. I try. I can't always keep up, but I'll do my best, you guys. You guys are always so cool and patient with me, so it makes it easier. I was supposed to have this thing out 2 days ago, and I got to tell you, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I took the time because I put it on the test mode this morning, and there was some massive errors, some major errors. Nifty had shifted over my contract columns, and it was a mess. So it needed the extra 2 days. So thank you guys for being patient. Oh yeah, the whole entire thing, it shifted it over and yeah, you know a little more what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
everything that was set up already to go on the NFTs shifted over one column. And so then it duplicated it. So then I had to go manually pull the whole entire thing out, but
Wow.
make sure they were also in the right place as I was doing it. It was weird.
Yeah.
And it was all because of what I accidentally did was I put the attributes the same title. And then when I did that, Nifty decided to, I guess, sort it out on its own. And it shifted everything on me because I made a mistake of calling it instant winner in 2 different columns. And that's why I backtracked out and just put admit 1. And now they say Sunday slots and high rollers as the trait because originally it said instant winner and it screwed the whole contract up when I did that. So.
Yeah,
but you know.
it was you confused it.
Yeah, because it said this column's here, and then I put it over there. So it said, well, I don't know where to put it, so it merged it. But here's the thing, right? So when it merged it, the 5 columns to the right and the 5 columns to the left also got merged in with it. So every column was in the wrong spot now.
That's
so
cool.
it was literally like the only thing accurate was the images. Everything else was wrong. And I was like, oh, goodness. So luckily I saved the files as I go, and I could just revert back to the file before I did that, which is what I did.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But that's what I was doing for the last 2 days, you guys. Sorry, it was just all these little bugs that I really hate launching a contract and then fixing the bugs. Although, you still can't guarantee you're not going to have to do that. But I like to try to at least test it 2 or 3 times before we go live. So that's what I was doing.
We appreciate that, Aaron.
Yeah, because, man, I don't want that. That stealth nightmare. Now we can talk about it because it's been over a year, I think. But, that one time when I was learning this stuff, I don't know if I told too many of you, but I went in and I changed some things as we were minting because we were adding things. And when I did that, it literally shifted every single NFT to a different wallet. And I didn't have an original file. So I was panic mode galore. And I got saved by the undo button in the program where I was able to go undo everything I had done because I didn't close it after I had saved it, right? So I could undo everything and then I unsaved it. But otherwise, I had literally taken everything y'all had minted and shifted it into somebody else's wallet by accident. And I was able to fix that.
I remember that day.
Yeah, you remember that? Oh my God. I was like, I hope nobody notices, And I was going crazy in the background for like 2 hours trying to scramble before you guys noticed and said, hey, what the hell? So from that day on, I learned to always triple check and run your contracts in test mode before you go live. That's it.
Yeah, that was a panic attack day.
Oh, I would have lost my cookies on that because I swear, I love all you guys, and I know, and I would have been the same. But had you guys have noticed that was happening, I would have had a nightmare on my hands. Nobody luckily checked their wallet at that 2 hour period of time that it was happening. Sorry, I probably should have said that out loud in public. Huh? My bad. Oh, just honest, you guys. That's what happened. We learn from these things, right? You know, you make a disastrous mistake, catch it, save it, and now you're implanted forever never to make that mistake.
That's it, man. That's Web3.
Yeah, that's it for sure.
You just do
But
your
yeah,
best every
man,
day, and that's it.
that's all we can do. Just keep trying. Yeah, and then like this morning too, when the bot came out, I think my sister or somebody was pointed it out. Somebody noticed that the duplicates were coming out. You know, like it was the same NFT came out twice. And I was like immediately like, oh my God, no. Because, you know, if that happens, it's like that whole thing building a house, right? If you're an inch off over here, by the time you get to the other foot of the 30-foot wall, it's like, you know, 8 inches off, you know? So when that NFT was duplicated, I was like, oh my God, is that going to, you know, so I immediately went to scramble to OpenSea, and luckily it was just a bot. It wasn't my contract. So that threw me for a little panic this morning, but I think we're golden so far. And I don't know if anybody's in Gen Chat looking at this. Look at this one that just minted. How awesome looking is that? Who got that one? I love that color combination. Oh, that's Jake.
Look at that Joker.
Look at that. Jake's one looks like Jake's face when he's making the thumbs down. That's what I imagine his facial expression.
Aaron, that Joker is so awesome.
Which Joker? Wait, I missed the
So
joke.
you see it?
Oh,
He kind of looks like Jack.
oh, he is. Whose is that?
Jake with the little
Oh,
candles.
no, that's JW. Got that one.
Oh,
I
that
just
one is
read Jake.
fire.
Yeah,
I love that one.
So good, right?
Awesome.
Little pumpkins.
Congrats, JW. I didn't even look at the traits. Y'all also, I know a lot of new people are in here listening. And when you make sure you check your traits. They have the month. Obviously, that's the simplest thing in there. You know, they have the month you're going to play, but you also have things in there that like free tournament entries and things like that. So if you don't check your traits, you know, you're not going to know that you have that. And then, you know, obviously the tournaments are different. You know, it's not like the other bashes because the tournaments when they're over, they're over. So where the other bashes, if you had an instant winner like a movie ticket or something, you can still come claim it if it's unclaimed. These, if you don't claim your high rollers entry, even though we're going to have high rollers going forward after the bash, those are tournaments for this bash is what I'm getting at. So if you don't claim those and play in this bash, they're no good anymore. So just keep that in mind on those. So check your traits. Because if you suddenly show up in the summer bash and go, hey, I got a high rollers from the spring bash, I'm going to be like, oh, well, you should have played the spring bash. They're just for the tournaments. Keep that in mind. Okay, what else, Disco? What am I missing? What else? Oh, Disco, are you with us, Krista? Anybody? Am I rugging? Doug?
No,
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I always think that would Twitter that I'm rugging. That's my first go-to.
Hey, Krista, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Were you watching the feed last night?
Was I watching the feed?
Yeah.
Frank had it on. I don't like when because Frank had it on.
Whenever we were going against each other in the final 3.
No, I didn't have it on at the final table. No.
That's what I figured. I found
No,
lucky.
Frank was watching Young Sheldon and we were in bed. I was trying to go out for like 20 minutes because remember I got down to like 14K.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm out. And then and then I won at 14K, and then I kept winning, and then I don't remember what happened after that. But when I got to like, I think 3 or 4, I was like Frank, because he was just watching Sheldon, and you know, so then he was like watching me and hung out with me through the end. But I had no idea I was gonna win.
I did. I could tell when I was watching this, that game flow. You could tell you were catching what you needed to catch.
Well,
you know what I mean?
and I had a good feeling about it in the beginning, but then when I got down to 14 or 13 something, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it, you know.
Yeah, and then it was like what 3 hands later, you were like at 67 or 80 or something like that. I remember.
Yeah, and then there was that one hand, Galvan, you scared the shit out of me with.
Whenever you had your pocket kings, I had pocket 5, and I blocked the open-ended straight.
Yeah, it wasn't that one. It was another one. I think it was just me and you. and you were betting like each card, and I was like, I don't know, I didn't feel like you had anything, but I was scared to death. And then I think I got it with like high card. I think I had like an ace or something.
Yeah, that was the one where he didn't have anything. I remember watching that one. He was just betting.
Yeah, that one. And I think I did the same to somebody else. I think Triple J or something. I just had that feeling because I don't know like the odds and all that. Like Frank, like all y'all talk about position on the table. I don't know anything about any of that. I just play it by feel. So I've been playing for a year, and that was my first bash win.
Hell yeah.
Well, like I told everybody on the feed last night, you actually won the Pocket Cows tournament. So
I did, but
everybody
that
needs to remember
that was
that, you know,
crazy.
yeah.
I just started playing poker, and again, it was all about feel. I just felt like I was gonna win.
Yeah, so you know how to win. It's just a question of getting it all put together.
Yeah, it just
I
has.
was happy
Yeah,
watching you
I
win
end
last
up going against like the feeling, and that's when I'm losing, and then I get frustrated, and then I'm out. I'm usually out of it. I don't have a lot of patience for poker, so that's why like most of the games I don't make it too long in the long one. Last night was like 4 hours or something.
3 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was long. It was a long one.
But you
Yeah.
got your champions because of it, though. See, so
And I was also doing it for Spring Bash mints.
there you go.
Yeah, I was like, I need mints.
Well, and
Oh, that's great.
for those of you that didn't catch that alpha, yeah, you want to watch that YouTube because every once in a while, Galvin will put his table up, and I've actually used it against him, playing. So
You know,
that's a little
Phil?
secret alpha. You want to watch that YouTube,
Yeah, but there's always a delay
Right.
because we watch when like Frank was on, like when Frank was winning a couple weeks ago. We usually have it on. Like that's why I was wondering what you asked about last night because I couldn't remember because we had it on in the living room, and then Frank went to lay down, but then he was watching Sheldon, but then
Yes, there is a delay, but especially in the beginning when a lot of people are still thinking about what they're going to do,
Mhm.
it'll catch up. So by the
right.
definitely by the final card, you'll be able to see what he's got and whether or not you want to keep playing.
Okay, yeah, because I remember when Frank was playing that one night, he was on the final table. We were watching it, but I was watching on his phone because the TV was so behind. So like I couldn't keep up with him, so I had to just.
Well, I actually got called out by one of my friends that actually watches the feed, and he called me an idiot. And I had to explain to him that whenever I went to Aaron and I started this actual YouTube channel, that I wanted to make it extremely clear that if I made it to the final table, that I would broadcast the final table with me on the table. And that's just one of the hazards of me making it to the final table. But I still took third. So even with broadcasting my cards, I still took third, and I could have very easily have actually won last night, because if I would have caught my open-ended straight, that would have given me all of the chips, and I would have easily have just been able to have clobbered out that last person. So sometimes it's just
I
luck.
thought for a minute you were gonna win, and then I thought I forget who else got in the lead at one point.
The mystery that was the top three. You, a Demystery, and then me.
Yeah, it just kept flip flopping. And like for a while, I couldn't catch shit. Like I was bleeding out for a long time. I just couldn't get anything.
Yeah, that's always super frustrating for me is when you're actually broadcasting. I can see your cards, and you still won the tournament. So frustrating because I'm like,
you can't cover. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't do anything about it. There is nothing that I can do about it because if I broadcast, it's just going to show my card. Period.
No,
So,
I know. Yeah, and there's no way for you to hide. That's what I was thinking of you.
Yeah. No, there's not. The only way for me to hide it is to simply not broadcast the final table while I'm on it.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way. But you know what? I've actually won 2 tournaments broadcasting, and I finished third in another. So I must be doing something right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cheat on on poker. Like I said, I thought I was gonna be out earlier in the game, and then again, over and over again, I kept thinking I was gonna go out. I tried to go out for a while.
Oh,
Just
I
didn't
will. I will cheat. I will watch your broadcast for sure. Just so you know.
No,
And I
man.
want to give
Then I wouldn't
rather,
feel good about the win, dude.
Oh, I feel great about cashing in that money.
and I want to give rather a special shout out. Thank you for actually joining me there in the talk channel last night and giving a little bit of extra commentary.
Is Rather in here?
Yeah, Rather's awesome.
Rather.
But yeah, and that's why I don't go in that talk channel, because I don't want you to know I'm watching your cards, Galvan.
Ah.
Yeah, I woke up today really sick. I kind of
Oh,
nodded
no.
off
Oh,
there.
no.
So Aaron, could you back up just a little bit and repeat like maybe the last like hour?
Yes, sir.
I kid. I can watch the YouTube feed that Lord Galaban's recording. So
Yep, we have it all on
we're on
YouTube, though,
YouTube
rather.
now?
Oh yeah, the entire AMA has been broadcast onto the
Oh.
YouTube channel, Krista. So everything is on YouTube. So let's see a show of hands. Who wants me to broadcast the Winter Bash Saturday Showdown today?
I'm showing my hands. Just working on a ticket. Sorry, I can't do the emojis, but hands are up.
Yeah, it was funny. I'm already a speaker up here, and I raised my hand to speak.
And you're a co-host, so you can actually mute everybody.
I can.
Yeah, we pretty much always have the feed up. That way we can get some viewers on it. So yeah, if you're playing, throw the feed on and then just don't watch it. Like throw it on your TV and
Yeah, that's what I that's what I do. I turn my
don't cheat. You don't need to cheat to win disco.
some days I do, because I'm not getting the cards. But I take any advantage I can. But yeah, that's what I do. I'll throw up on my TV as I'm walking around playing, and every once in a while I'll check it out. I'm like, ooh, I'm at Galban's table. And then I sure as hell watch.
Yeah, but leading up to the final table, I always keep my table off of the actual screen.
Yeah, you didn't used to, but you're better about it now. Because there was a couple times.
When I did? Remember when I used to stream them in the Discord when we first started out, like last year? And I played like a whole, like, I don't know, 15 minutes streaming my table without realizing y'all could all see my cards. And everybody was sitting there talking with me, hanging out. Nobody's saying a word while they're watching the stream. And the whole time I'm sitting there playing you guys at the table with my cards showing. That was a learning lesson.
Yeah, you got pocket aces, and you said, oh, no, I'm playing 7-2.
I mean, you can still win. You just can't bluff. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just got to play differently if everybody can see your cards.
We should do, I don't know how it would work because it's Club GG, but I keep wanting to do like a different structure. Like, I don't know if you guys, non-poker players, might just think I'm talking gibberish, but games like jacks or better, trips to win and stuff like that, I would love to be able to play, but with Club GG, we can't. So I was going to try to see if, just for fun to test them out, because Discord has its own little poker game in the Shit Talk channel. I was going to see if we could set up a few of those and see if it'll run. So the concept there, meaning you can't call, a bet unless you have jacks or better, and you can't, declare a win unless you have trips or better. So it makes the game a little different, but it's very hard to play and not in person. It's hard to play online.
Could you do that on Poker Now or no?
Maybe I could look at it and see.
No.
Yeah, but maybe. No. Okay.
No. They only have Texas Hold'em. That's all they have.
Okay. And see, the weird thing about Club GG2 is they don't even have pot limit Hold'em, which, it's not a popular game, but it does exist. But they do have Omaha pot limit, but a lot of you guys don't really like playing Omaha, so we haven't put it on the schedule yet. But I would love to put a pot limit game on the schedule. I just can't do it with the Hold'em.
Do you know what I wish they had? I wish to God that they had Omaha high low. That would be fun.
I know. That is fun. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's literally what it sounds like. You win like Omaha regulars. You have the high hand, but the person has the low hand also wins.
Yeah, well, another thing that's been suggested that I think might be fun is an all-in or fold Omaha game.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Oh God.
Exactly, because I mean, I'll be honest with Omaha. I don't know if I'm winning or losing, anyways. So
Omaha is so easy in a sense, but it is difficult. But essentially, it's just playing two hold'em hands at the same time is all it is. Essentially.
Yeah, I never jumped into one of those games with y'all, but I'd like to try it.
Oh, you should. And we're actually going to be running over the next couple of days. In fact, maybe even today at some point if I can get one
Aaron,
up.
I already got 3 big games in the next 2 days.
Oh, well, I mean, we're going to do a head-to-head. You know, the head-to-head ones are good. We got to test them a couple times to get the glitches out to make sure people understand how they're going to work when they go on schedule. So it'll be just like for a Spring Bash Mint or something. I'll throw it up there just, randomly, for fun. Just to see, the structure of it is different. And I want to get the starting chips right. Do we start out with less? Do we start out with more? Get the timers right. Super turbo, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Because when you're playing head to head, I don't think you want to sit there and, 30 minutes on each table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how does
Yeah.
that? Okay, so I guess you're saying you're gonna figure it out. I was wondering how the head-to-head works.
Well, it's Club GG is going to set it up. So essentially, let's hypothetically say we had 20 players in it, right? And then it starts. Club GG is going to create 10 tables with 2 people at each table. And it's just going to be randomly assigned. And then you'll sit down and you'll play somebody heads to head at that table that Club GG sat you at. So it's all just the normal for you guys. You register, a table opens up, you're sitting there with one person is all. Then you play till there's a winner. And then when you're done, it'll sit there and put you in queue. Like you're just kind of sitting there and the screen's, on a blank screen. And then as soon as another person's ready, or if when you're done, somebody else is already ready, but either way, it'll just put you on another table automatically. And it just keeps doing that until you're down to the final 2. And then at the very end, one person will win out of the final 2. And then that will be our winner for the $50 prize.
yeah, we definitely need to practice. But yeah, I think Super Turbo and 3,000 chips to start or something like that.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, low chips and super turbo is exactly what I'm thinking. You want it to essentially be where you're not going to really be more than, a maximum time you would ever want to see if 2 really good players were being stubborn would be like 20 minutes on a game for a head-to-head, I think. And that's excessive. Most of them should end in 5 to 10 minutes. Each table, I mean, not the tournament, but each table, 5 to 10 minutes head-to-head, maybe. And then you move on.
I like it.
Yeah, that's why we got to test it a couple of times because we want to get that right so you can't, you're not going all day. We don't want to start a high rollers at 8 o'clock at night and y'all be playing till 1 in the morning still. So
Yeah,
I can't think of anything else. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. It'll kind of be like an all-in or fold, but there's only 2 of you at the table.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, most people are going to treat it like that. Like literally, I mean, a lot of poker players will tell you it's literally any 2 cards when you're head to head. Now that's not 100%, but it's almost like a 9-7 is just as good as a king head to head. You know what I mean? So it's a consideration. A lot of poker players are going to shove all in on those hands, even with like a 6-2, just because you catch a 2 and you're winning. You know what I mean?
Pocket pairs are godly in head to head.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're golden pretty much. So it'll be fun, but I think, like you said, Disco 3000 and Turbo sounds just about right. Hyper Turbo actually, because we do Turbo, believe it or not, in our weekly games. That's Turbo blinds. Those go up every 5 minutes. You can go all the way back down to 20-minute blinds. So hold on, sorry. Yeah, you can go down quite a bit. So we're at a good schedule. Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah, and at some point, maybe that'll be a fun game too, just doing hyper turbo. So that way, every however often, 2.5 minutes, whatever, it just keeps kicking up that blind and make those games go fast.
Exactly.
So people sitting out, they're like, oh my God, I'm already out of money because they didn't play.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you with the head-to-head, that it's a little different because, we're used to all in or fold where you just go to the next table, you know what I mean? And with head-to-head, you screw up the one time, you're done, your tournament's over. So you literally got that mix of people that are going to try to play smart, and fold and only play like Lord Galaban saying your pocket pairs because they're so good. And then you're going to have people like myself probably that'll just shove all in with a 6-2, and
And win.
cross my fingers. What's that?
And win.
Yeah, and win. Yeah, half the time, right?
Update on the mints. We're up to 127.
Oh, damn. Yeah, see, I have to wait to mint now because I'm waiting because I've got 4 more cards I need for the blackout bingo. So I'm kind of waiting until those start popping up so I can mint some more.
Yeah, man, you got that pretty quick. I don't know who all has checked it other than yours. I haven't seen anybody's card. I know there's a couple people that might be, close, but not as close as yours, I think. Shit, I haven't had a chance to mint yet myself, man. Believe it or not, I haven't had 1 second to do that. What do we have? 2 o'clock. Let me go check the schedule, make sure we're not forgetting anything today. 4 o'clock is the game today, you guys. Same process as always. We'll do the check-in channels, blah, blah, blah. That's 4 o'clock, and then 7 o'clock Central. So it's a little 1 hour earlier than normal. We're doing the Dead Squares game. And then if you guys we can find the other 3 players. I know Jake is wanting to do it. I'm in. I think Esky might be in, but there's a handful of us on the high rollers table waiting for a few more. So if you guys are interested in that, we can do that tonight after the Dead Squares conference game. It's only
And
need
then
like 3. Go ahead. Sorry.
And then 24 hours from now, we have Poker at the Tavern, and 26 hours from now, we have the Winter's Bash Jokers Tournament.
Exactly right. And the Winner's Bash Jokers Tournament, you guys, is a good game. It's 40 players only maximum because of the Jokers. There's only 40, but we really don't ever get 40 players in because you have people like Silly Girl that own like 3 or 4 Jokers. So you're probably only going to be looking at about 20 something, players total on that Jokers Tournament. I don't know if it's possible to get one still. I don't know if anybody's going to let go of one. But we have first place is $100 on that one. Second is $75. Third is $50, and 4th through 6th place will all get $25 each. So the Jokers tournament's pretty good considering it's usually about 20 to 25 people playing.
Yeah, I've got 3 of those, and no, I'm not giving one up.
Yeah, so see, they're pretty cool in that sense because you get into that, and then the wheels. You also, like you said, earlier, don't give one up because, like I told you earlier, on that wheel, now you've got 3 of the 40. You see what I mean? So 10 of those 40 are coming off as winners for the grand prize drawing. And if you've got 3, you got pretty good odds of getting on that main wheel. You know what I mean? So it's a perk to have a Joker for sure.
Oh yeah, I did well on the wheel spins. I think I got like 200 and some bucks, I think, on the wheel.
Oh yeah.
Because I had those wheel traits.
It does. Somebody else caught that too, y'all. The Spring Bash roll is actually labeled the wrong year right now. I need to fix that. My sister caught it first, but now people are starting to catch on.
Aaron, you were wondering how many people actually hold Winter Bash Jokers. There's only 26 people holding Winter Bash Jokers. I just popped that onto the feed.
There you go. So I said 25-ish. There you go. 26 is the official number. Now, here's the thing, too. Out of those 26 people that can play, I bet you not all 26 play today. So you guys got great odds. Oh, CTR's got one for sale. He said he'll let it go for $200.
Do you want me to run down the names of everybody holding the Jokers?
Sure, if you want to. Why not?
Hey, we got Aaron Farb holding one. Narf is holding one. Curtis722 is holding one. Hulk Hosh has one. Doug has one. B80 has one. Demystery has one. CE3 has one. CO Frost has one. Gids one. Christikins one. Mrs. Firefly one. ES213 has one. 305 has one. D2E has one. Clopping has one. Miche one. Fred one. Jameis one. Mia Isabel 2. Reptilian 2. JAD has 3, Disco Hero has 3, Silly Girl has 3, Jason Canepa has 4, and CTR holds 4. There's your 26 holders.
Wow. So 4, 4, 3, and 3 is what I heard. If I wasn't mistaken, there might have been more, but there was at least 4 people you mentioned with 3 or more.
5 people have 3 or more.
5 people have 3 or more. Wow. That's pretty awesome for them people. Pretty shitty for the rest of us. I've only got 1 myself, and I was lucky to get it. So Oh, I can't wait to be at that tournament. That's a good one too. Okay, you guys, I forgot what I was about to say. There was one other thing I was about to say. Does anybody have any other questions that might spring my memory? Because I thought there was one other thing I wanted to cover about the spring bash, and I completely forgot. Let me read these notes real quick. Hang on. We talked about, rather, you know, I mean, I know you're probably gonna have to listen to the feed to get it all, but I'm gonna give a quick rundown. So we talked about the founders tournaments. There's gonna be 3 founders tournaments, one each month. Top 6 positions pay with a $300 prize pool in each one of those. There's gonna be 24 weekly tournaments. They're the Friday night fights and Saturday showdowns. Those are the same as we've been. There's nothing changing there, with the exception of the prize pool. Now 1st through 9th get paid, so the entire final table every Friday and Saturday will get paid. That's a $5,280 prize pool for those. There are also now being added 24 tournaments, running twice a week also, like Friday and Saturday do, except that these will be Tuesday and Thursday. Smaller prize pool, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pay, and then 4th through 6 get last chance, and that is going to be our test games for our overseas folks and our folks that are, you know, days off from work or whatnot, see if they want to play during the day. On top of that, we have 3 strip poker tournaments. We're going to do 3 this time instead of trying to just do them as we go. We're literally going to do 3 on a schedule, 1 each month. So if you want to get in, you get in. If you don't, you don't. That's the way it goes. If we manage to not get 5 players, it just won't run. Nothing much I can do about that. Strip poker, if you guys don't know, you have to send in an NFT. We put up the prize money. When you win our prize money. As you play and you knock out other players, you win their NFTs, but you strip them. That's why it's called strip poker, of their NFTs that they sent to play. So you will have to send an NFT in still to play, but you'll have a schedule now. All in or fold games are the same. Nothing's changing about those. It's still Wacky Wednesday, still winner takes all. The only exception is the prize pool doubled from 25 to 50. So now if you win, you'll get $50. Head-to-head games are now going to be called Manic Mondays. Same setup if you think about it as all in or fold, with the exception is there's 1 game instead of 12 games. However, you will probably play on somewhere around 12 to 20 tables, depending on how many people play in that game. So you'll play heads to head, get to a final winner, you'll win $50. That's that. Joker's tournament, same, bigger prize pool. Top 9 players get paid. Collect all 4, same, bigger prize pool. Top 6 get paid in that one. We had to back it up somewhere, so we chose that one. Last chance tournament, much bigger prize pool. All 9 get paid. In addition to that, all 10, meaning there's a bubble. The 10th place is going to be the bubble before the final table. All 10 of those folks will go on a wheel, the top 9 in the bubble, and we're going to spin for a founder's pass. So that is the big bonus in that last chance. And the reason that's there is because every tournament before that has a last chance as one of the places. So we don't want you guys to play for a last chance in all these different tournaments and then feel like the last chance doesn't have anything good to win. So there's $800 to be won plus a founder's pass. And on top of that, we have our add-ons. So our add-ons are going to be our high rollers now are in there as free entries, admit 1 in your traits. Sunday slots are in there as free entries, admit 1 in your traits. When you enter into those games, as you see in the announcement, if you are in the high rollers game and you're saying, hey, I'm turning in token ID 556 to play high rollers, if somebody else has already turned one in for that game before you, you'll have to wait. We can't, unfortunately, let 9 high rollers play for free because the money comes from nowhere in that case. So it will be 1 entry per game, first come, first serve on the high rollers, and then 2 we can do per game on the slots. So in your traits, when it says high rollers and you want to play, turn it in your ticket. If you're next on the list, you'll get in. If you're waiting behind somebody, you'll just get bumped to the waiting list for the next game. Sunday slots, turn them in, you can get on the list. Same thing, simple. Other than that, collect the full deck is exactly the same as it was. You'll get the prizes the same, 5 free mints for the next bash. You get the custom uncut sheet and all the prizes that were the same. And then the hunt, it has an $800 prize pool. There's not going to be much information about that right now because I don't want to confuse it and provoke tons of questions. I'll also simply say, as we said earlier, there will be 10 hunters at the beginning of each month. They will go through the entire month as hunters, and each month, at the end of the month, Lord Galaban is going to let us know who is leading our leaderboard. Our top 10 players will become the next month's hunters. Hunters get a chance to win prizes different than huntees, but all players will be able to win prizes in the hunt. And then aside from that, the last thing we have is our bingo, mint bingo rather, which has been going on. The 5 straight line bingos have already been claimed, 5 winners. The one full card blackout bingo worth $100 is almost claimed by Disco. And that's pretty much the whole entire thing, top to bottom. Mic drop.
You want me to give a rundown of who is in the top 10 right now for
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
100?
because he might not have heard that. Yeah. So rather, here's our top 10 now. So potentially our our first hunters coming up.
Yep. It will be at the end of the Winter Bash, so there are 7 more tournaments in which you can get points. Here is your top 10 right now as of today before the Saturday Showdown. Eski is leading at 309.8. Mia Isobel is in second at 199.4. Lord Galaban's in third at 195.3. Narf the Mad is in fourth at 178.3. JAD sitting in fifth at 163.3. Jake from State Farm at 157.3. ES213 at 153.6. Rather Lost at 135.3. CTRs at 124. And Gids is at 102.6. So you have 7 more tournaments in which to gain points and become that first 10 hunted.
Yes. Yes, yes. So you guys need to jump in on that and get in on it because you're going to want to be there. The prize pool is going to be better for being one of those 10. So get in on that. I myself, I don't think have hope. I'd have to win like 3 of them or something because I'm probably dead last. So.
Well, I can tell you how many points you have right now. You have 70.9, Aaron.
And I need to get to 100?
102.6 is 10th place right now.
So if we get 50 players and I take down today, I could get into the top 10.
Technically, yeah. It puts you at 100 and knock Gid down to 11th.
All right, all right. Sorry, Gids. I'm coming. I'm going to try to win today, y'all. I want to be on the leaderboard in my own project. That's stinky if I'm not.
And is there a place in the Discord where we can see everyone's name on the leaderboard to see where you're at?
You would not believe it if I told you this, but Lord Galaban has a channel he runs called DPS Leaderboard.
So that's where we can go and check our points to see how close we are.
That's exactly right. It's called the DPS Leaderboard. It's in the poker room. That's the category. In the poker room, the top channel is check-in, and so it's directly under the check-in channel. You'll find it.
And Christikins, with your win last night, you are at 101.1 points. You are that close to the top 10 with your win last night.
So basically a final table today, she's got a good chance.
The final table would definitely push her into the top 10.
What you got, John? Welcome. Happy to see you
Hey,
here.
guys. Hey, a quick question about the leaderboards. So I'm not in the top 10, but I don't know how many points I have. So I don't know what I need to catch up. Is there, other than figuring that out, I guess?
Pull up the YouTube feed right now, and I have the spreadsheet being broadcast on the YouTube feed right now, so everybody can see their name and they can see exactly how many points everybody else has.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
And looking forward to the Spring Bash, of course, because this is definitely one of the most fun poker clubs.
Awesome, thank you so much, man.
It's a hotbed of excitement.
It is. It is. It is. It is. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take it something. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just posted the information for the Founders Pass for the Dead Squares, with links to each one. Yeah. So, it looks like there's not a lot listed. So, if you have extras, you might want to list them.
Yeah, I would say it's free money.
Yeah, otherwise, you could trade. Like if you have a bunch of one round, I'm sure you could trade some money.
Oh, I'm trying to get the link. Where's the best way for me to get the link to the YouTube? Lord Galaban, I don't know why it's not showing me the link.
Well, some of us are subscribers.
I am
too. It popped right up for me.
I will post one of the videos up in the Jumbotron here in just a second.
But I mean, I can get to one of those too, but I thought there was a general link where you could just link to the whole profile.
I just threw a link on the comments here. Just click the purple button at the bottom. and there's a link to the live feed right there.
Okay, gotcha. There it is.
Yes, but as a subscriber, that's all you have to do is put on YouTube, and as soon as Galaband's streaming, it pops right up for me, Aaron.
Yeah, and which it does for me too. But now, say you want to share that with somebody, what are you going to do?
I don't want to share it.
Well, that's the problem I was having. I do want to share it. So, yeah, no, I got it now. Though I used the same way Krista said. It's there. Oh, okay, guys. I feel like I'm always leaving something out, and I feel like I'm always anxious. I don't know if any of you guys are like, played sports, growing up and whatnot, but that nervousness, you get before a game, no matter what, even if your team's going to kick the other team's ass, you always get that nervousness. These mints do that to me every time. I swear. I'm spending the first week getting into it, like all nervous and like, and then the whole thing while it's live for the first 3 days, it's just all nerves. It's just, it's a good nervousness. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I get nervous because like, you don't want that, contract issue or that mint issue or that, so I spend a few days nervous when I go through these. Happy nervous energy.
Hey, Aaron, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to try and go through the Spring Bash without spending a bunch of money out of your own pocket this time?
With the exception of those eggs I mentioned, yes, I am. Because I did already mention the eggs, and I'm going to try to do a few little things. Because we're really close with the bunnies, and so many of our holders are already holders and would love the eggs. But then many of our holders that would love to be part of the poker at the tavern and so forth, they're not in the position to get an egg yet, and so I want to have at least a couple of giveaways with the eggs that are in my wallet. Because I in the rare situation I'm in, I have extras by accident. So those I can give away. I've already made my peace with it. So I'm not looking at them like they're mine. I'm just holding them in my wallet for you guys. So
oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So I minted more than I'm allocated because of what I was doing, because we had leftovers and they were sitting there. And so I grabbed the leftovers, so I can use those.
Yeah, but that's, everyone in DPS, that's kind of our goal, is to get this to a place where you don't have to keep putting in your own money. We're tired of that. We want this thing to go crazy without you having to open your own pocket.
Yeah, we'll get there. There's a lot going on. There's some things going on. Like I see some other clubs doing some things similar to what we do, after the fact. So there's some flattery there, but mostly it tells me I'm doing the right thing. When we're putting up things and they're being copied, to some extent, it means I'm, doing good. And so we'll keep doing that. There is some community pushback on things like, squares. When I put up squares and, we're taking in $500 because they're 5 each, and I put up a $250 prize pool, I get a lot of feedback from people saying, where's the other $250? It's hard sometimes, because if you do the math on that, first off, it means I make $0 for creating the art and for doing all the work. But if you actually dig further and read my announcements, I already make $0. I do things like the tournaments and other stuff on top of it. So when I pull that money out, it's actually not even for the project in the sense of making money, but it's for the project in the sense of adding on more tournaments and more prizes for you guys. So it is the one area of contention for me when I see people constantly question my prize pool, because like you're mentioning, I think the project does need to be sustainable, make money, eventually. And we do pull aside a number for the bashes to make money. But like you're mentioning, and we have to do with the min incentives and everything, we tend to give all that money back out, and even then some out of my pocket sometimes. But it's all about growth right now. So I'm okay with that, and I'll continue to do that, and I'll continue to put in my 60 hours a week building something I love. But what I do want to stress, that we're on the topic, is if you guys will please consider reading everything in the announcement and maybe asking me if there's more to come when you see something like a Dead Square post taking in $500 and giving out $250. Please just kind of inquire or read before you assume I'm just pocketing $250, because it's never happened. I've never pocketed money off the Dead Squares. In fact, the ones that are close to the project know in a $100 set of Dead Squares, I usually give away about 40, which means we're only making money on 60. And then if you do the math on that 60, like that's the $300 prize pool. On the last ones, I gave out $600 in prizes. So I gave away $300 extra that we didn't even take in. So please, please, please just understand, I'm never going to be doing this project to make myself rich. I'm doing this project because I love poker. I love the community. I love all you guys. and this is my, my guilty pleasure. I'll come and play poker and hang out with you guys all the time, but we do, like Disco's saying, have to make money to be sustainable. So I will put us up to that point to try to do that, but I never put us up to the point where I'm taking profits and putting them in my pocket. It's just we're not there yet. It's just the project cannot grow at the pace it's growing if I was taking money. And it's the blockchain, you guys. So feel free to go check the project's wallet on any of this, but that's not the point, right? The point is simply like grow together, right? Trust me that I'm going to put up the good games. Trust me that I'm going to give back to the community. And if you have questions, ask me, but don't ever please just assume that I'm taking money or running games or doing raffles or things to pocket money. We're just growing, you guys, and all this money goes right back to the project. So just keep that in mind is all I ask.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point I was trying to get at, because I know you personally, Aaron, and I know what you're going through. So I don't want anyone to ever think you're getting so rich that you're downsizing. Doesn't make sense.
No, and in fact, yeah, it's the exact opposite. I'm actually downsizing because one, I want to grow this bad boy, but two, I put my personal business on hold for the past year so bad that it's actually, and this has nothing to do with you guys, are not really, anybody's problem, but I put a little suffrage into my personal life because of the time I've taken here, which is fine because that's my responsibility and I'm working it out. But my point again is just simply that this isn't, I don't have a wife, I don't have children, you guys. This is my baby. So I'm not going anywhere. So, you guys are here for the long run. You'll be happy to know, so am I. And that's what this is about. So as you that know me close know, and like the summer bash we did Road to Richmond last year, that was $6,000 out of my own pocket. I put out $6,000 to finish our bash and pay out our prizes because we said we would, Polly crashed, so it's not my fault. It's not y'all's fault. But we sold out our summer bash mint last year and Polly crashed. Half the money was gone overnight. And so in order to finish out that bash and make sure we did everything we said we would do, I put out $6,000 out of pocket. That's what I'll do for the project. I'm not going to put up $500 dead square so I can pocket 250. So don't worry when you see posts like that. Just know there's more coming with that money. It's nothing to worry about. If you see 250 on there, then you know for sure you're going to end up having a prize pool with something else like the tournaments and like the Founders Pass and all the stuff I'm giving away. Because that's what it's about, man. We want you guys to have fun and to want to be here.
Oh my goodness! I see a rare entry.
I know.
What is this? What is this?
I accepted it, and I thought it was a gag. Is this Mia? Mia, are you going to talk to us? Nope, she just wanted to be up here and hang out.
Yeah, I know. I saw it pop up, and I'm like, "Oh, approve! Let's get her up here."
I approved as soon as I saw it too, because I saw that. You guys, we've known Mia for several years now. I don't think maybe once or twice, but I could be mistaken. I don't know if I've ever heard Mia speak. So when we saw her come up to speaker, we got excited. Because those of you that don't know, Mia has been OG Beatheads from way back. So Mia's moved over with us from several projects, and we've all wondered, what does Mia sound like? Mia. I'm waiting. Okay, good chat. Oh, let's see if we can get Doug up here.
Yes, Mia is definitely old school. Aaron and I know her from way back, and I still curse her name every time I see her on my poker table. I'm like, Mia!
Well, Mia missed it earlier. I was cursing you, Mia. I don't know if you were here. I don't think you were, but I was telling everybody, and you can throw up some emojis to confirm. But I swear to God, every time we come heads up at the table, when I have, ace queen, you have ace king. When I have jack 10, you have jack, queen. It's like every time you're one out kicking me. I told them I'm going to have to ban you from Club GG if you keep it up. Yeah. See, she knows. It's funny. It happened I think it was last night's tournament, wasn't it? Something. I was kicking ass. I was doing good. I was taking down people. Mia's over there on the side. I see her with barely any chips left. And then I got a great hand. I'm like, oh shit, I'm taking her out, because that's my square, right? So I shove all in. Mia calls in less than a nanosecond, like she knew my kicker was less than hers, and all of a sudden flips over and she won. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, that's my Mia nightmare. I'll get you, Mia, I promise. Let's see. I've invited Blonde Genius up too. I'm hoping maybe because we know she's got a lot of questions in the Discord. So I'm hoping, but she might be working right now or something. So we'll see. If anybody else wants to jump up, you guys, or holler if you want to.
Yeah, no, I know I've heard Mia's voice when we were doing Beathead Spaces. So I know I've heard her voice before. but it's
Yeah,
always
and
a
I almost want to say she was in Freestyle Fridays once or twice too when we were doing that, but I'm not 100%.
Yep. We do know she exists. She is a person.
That's true. All right, guys. I'm sure everybody's got some lunch they want to go get. Like me, I got to take a break. I've been since 7 a.m. trying to go. Unless I see some emojis or somebody's got a question they want to put in Discord or anything, or if I haven't clearly answered something, just let me know. But otherwise, we can cut it short here today, and then just kind of keep an eye out. I apologize ahead of time because I know I've said it for a year, and I'm going to one day. You saw this morning what happens, though. Twitter hates me. So every time I say I'm going to do these AMAs on a regular basis, I do try. But I come in here like Disco saw this morning, and Esky, a couple of you jumped in here with me, and you can't hear me, and the space won't start. I can't. It does that to me like every time I do a Twitter space. So usually what happens is I'll try once or twice, and then I can't do anything, and so I just end up, canceling it. So what we'll do is just keep trying, and the goal is going to be every Saturday, sorry, at noon Central. That's the goal if I can get it to work. But otherwise, just because we're minting, look for the pop-ups. So I might do a space on Monday afternoon, Tuesday evening, Wednesday afternoon. It don't matter. People got questions. I want to give them answers. So right now, just kind of keep your ears out in the Discord. I'll put up announcements, and we'll just have as many of these as we can until everybody's comfortable with what's going on.
Okay, yeah. If you want to cut it so people can go on with their Saturday, we can do that. But we'll be hanging out in Discord if you got some questions or things to ask. I'll be hanging out in there for a little while, so we'll see y'all there.
Yep. And the channel's going to open up for check-in in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to go grab something to eat and come back, and then I'll open the check-in. And everything's just like normal today, you guys, with the exception of I'm going to try to take it down. I personally think Krista's going to end up taking it down today. But then we'll probably throw some bounties up because we're in a mint. So why not throw some mint bounties up? So look for that too before the game. If you want to, I'll say this, if you want to be a bounty, some people do, like myself. I love being a bounty. If you want to be a bounty, volunteer in Gen Chat, because if you're a bounty, right, let's say Lord Galaban, we'll use as an example. If he's the bounty and you knock him out, you will win the mint, right? You'll win a free Spring Bash mint. But if Lord Galaban survives and he actually wins the tournament, well, not only does he get the prize pool, but then he also gets that bounty that was on his head. So if you think you're good enough and you could sustain the tournament, then volunteer to be a bounty, and it's just another prize for you if you win.
And I actually won one of the ones I broadcast while there was a bounty on my head.
Yep. So there you go, guys. The bounties are fun. Don't be afraid of them. Really makes me a better player is why I like them, because if I know I got a bounty on me, then everybody's coming after me. So if I know everybody's coming after me, I don't think of them as trying to pickle me, right? I think they're just playing for the bounty, so I don't get emotional. It actually makes me a better player because I'm not like, oh, and all mad. I'm just like, oh, they're just trying to get the bounty. Not this time, and I'll fold, so forth. So I actually play way better with a bounty on my head than I do otherwise. So keep that in mind if you haven't tried yet. It's kind of fun having everybody in the game come after you.
Hey, Aaron, let's just do this right now. Let's just put a bounty on Esky, Mia, and me. The top 3 on the leaderboard. They all have bounties on their head today.
Are y'all good with that, Mia, Esky? Y'all want the bounties? I don't see no reaction, no emojis.
Yep,
Mia
Mia put up a thumbs up. Mia's good.
Oh, I don't see any. Okay, so people are thumbs up. Damn Twitter. Okay, so that, yeah, we'll do four bounties today, you guys. Myself, Doug, Esky, and Mia. There you go. Already decided.
So the CEO and the 3 leaderboard podium people right now, Esky, Mia, Lord Galaban, and Aaron Favre. We all have mint bounties on our heads. Come and get us.
Yeah, and don't take me lightly just because I'm not on the leaderboard, you guys. I kick your butt.
Yeah, and for the rest of us, let's not let them get a free mint. Let's take it from them. Let's get them.
Yeah, because then you'll get the free mint.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you can get anything because they're airdrops. So you could end up with a Joker with triple traits on it, You can get anything. So good luck to everybody on that one. We'll put it out. I'm going to make an announcement for it once I get done eating. I'll open up the check-in channel, and then it's let's all go.
Yeah,
and
well, I'm going.
Go ahead, Disco.
I was just going to say I'm going after you, Galaban, and Esky, because every time I go after Mia, she takes me out in like 2 hands. So I'm not going after you, Mia. You're safe.
Hey, let's do something fun too, because it's the mint, and we're all here together anyway, hanging out, and we're going to play. It's not going to happen, so let's just do it anyway, right? If somebody happens to knock out all 4 of the bounties, we'll actually throw in an additional mint, so they'll get 5 instead of 4.
Ooh.
I don't think it'll happen, but why not give a prize if it does, right?
Kill 4, win 1.
Yeah, well, you'll win 5. Yeah, so yeah, you get all 4 of those as you kill them out, and then you get an extra one. Plus, you'll get your prize for the money. So you'll actually win what, like $225 theoretically if you knock them all out and win the tournament.
There you go.
So there's something to try for y'all. And of course,
And
that
if
applies to you like too, right? So if Esky knocks out the other 3, if Mia knocks out the other 3, if Doug knocks out the other 3, you can't knock out yourself. So for us that have the bounties, we just have to knock out the other 3, and we would win the bonus.
And if you're in here and you're not subscribing to the Dead Poker Society YouTube channel, please, if we want to end up growing big enough to where we get recognized by other huge people, and I'm going to tell everyone right now that I have been approached by somebody in production that wants to make us bigger. We need to get subscribers, we need to get views, we need to get hours. So if you're part of the Dead Poker Society, please subscribe, turn on your notifications, and just toss it onto your TV while you're playing, because it's all about analytics. These people that want to put money into something like the production of the actual videos, you know, they want to see analytics. And if we want to grow to be huge enough to be a rival to any other type of poker, we need to grow, plain and simple.
Love it, love it, love it. And also, you guys, you know, you can just put that on like Frank does in the background and stuff. And also keep in mind, there will be times where Lord Galaban will be talking and him and I will be in the background, and I'll be like, yeah, let's give this away or give that away. There's been times where if you're just on that YouTube feed and you comment in the chat on the YouTube, you're eligible for a prize. So even if you just have it on in the background while you're playing so you can watch it for that, just do it for that then, because it still gives you, you know, the possibility of the prize, and it gives the project the algorithm or analytics or whatever here Lord Galaban's talking about. So it's a win-win. So just, you know, throw it on and ignore it even. But if you have it on, you got a chance of at least winning something randomly. And on that, I guess we could say toodaloo.
We'll see y'all in
Everybody in an hour.
I appreciate all you guys coming out, man. Thank you so much. And please, like I said, ask if you got any questions, throw them in the Discord. We'll get them out, and we'll do this again tomorrow, possibly, but very soon, if not tomorrow. And then just keep an eye out for the channels in the Discord and the graphics is all I got to say. And I'll change the date so that we're in 2024 here as soon as we get off this.
With
Because
that being
the
said,
roll's messed
the
up, but I'll
AMA
fix
is
it.
over.
So,
Thank you
I
for
appreciate
everybody
you guys.
for tuning in. See y'all back in about an hour or so.
Rocket.
I will be broadcasting
All right,
the
see ya.
Winter Bash Saturday Showdown. See y'all then.